इस प्रकार का अभद्र भाषण देना मैं समझता हूं सभी का अपमान है, इस सदन का भी अपमान है और देशवासियों का, देश के हर वोटर का अपमान है। उल्टे उनका कंडक्ट, उनका बिहेवियर और उनकी लैंग्वेज, तीनों की मैं निंदा करता हूं और उनसे माफी मांगता हूं। मुझे याद आता है गांधी जी ने जो कहा था, आजादी के बाद गांधी जी ने कहा था कांग्रेस पार्टी को ही वाइंड अप कर देना चाहिए। खड़गे जी उसका जीता जागता प्रतीक है और दिखा रहे हैं देश को शायद गांधी जी ने सत्य कहा था। और ऐसे अध्यक्ष एक पार्टी के जिनको भाषण देना नहीं है, उन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए और वो माफी नहीं मांगे तब तक उनको यहाँ पे रहने का कोई अधिकार।
प्लीज 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 Leader of the House, control your people. Control your people. Honorable members, one second. Honorable members, Leader of the House represents the House. He is leader of your party. Everyone heard him with as much attention as could be possible. That indulgence is entitled to every member of the House. Please maintain decorum. Leader of the opposition.
सर, आपका मैं
briefly on this point only, Khadge ji, limited to this only.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ अभी।
Please, it's a request, sir. You are very senior man. Be kind to the chair.
मैं अभी मुंह भी नहीं खोला।
Khadge ji, if anyone has to be kind to the chair, it has to be Mr. Khadge before anyone else.
सर, मैंने जो
सुनो, please. Leader of the House, control your people. Control your people. What is this? This is not the way. We have to lend our ears to the leader of the opposition. His statement has been in public domain. Let him say, please.
सर, एक तो मैं जो राजस्थान के अलवार में भारत जोड़ो जो सभा वहां पर आयोजित किया गया था सभा, उसमें ये आउटसाइड द हाउस है। जो मैं मेरी बातें कही वो पॉलिटिकली आउटसाइड द हाउस, नॉट इन द हाउस। यहां पर डिस्कस करने की आवश्यकता नहीं। और दूसरी चीज मैं अभी भी कह सकता हूं, आजादी के वक्त फ्रीडम मूवमेंट में उन लोगों को कोई रोल नहीं था, कोई रोल नहीं था। और ये माफी मांगने वाले लोग, ये माफी मांगने वाले
Settle down, everyone. Settle down. Honorable members, we are setting very bad example. And I can tell you, people outside are disillusioned. This kind of display of conduct and behavior gives us a very, very bad name. And this side and this side both must have... One second. I can understand. Even even the observations of the chair that are wholesome are indigestible. What a painful scenario we are having. Trust me, 135 करोड़ जनता हम पर हंस रही है। 135 करोड़ जनता आज के दिन चिंतित है, चिंतन कर रही है, मंथन कर रही है कि क्या प्लीज ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर, क्या हमारा ये स्तर हो गया है कि हम एक दूसरे की बात नहीं सुन सकते? हो सकता है किसी के विचारों से कोई सहमत न हो सकता है आवेश में बाहर कोई बात कह दी गई हो सकता है बात का आधार हो निराधार हो सकता है बात के ऊपर दो मत हो, पर उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि नेता बोले तो इधर से डिस्टर्बेंस, प्रतिपक्ष के नेता बोले तो इधर से डिस्टर्बेंस। ये टिटफॉर है क्या? वी आर नॉट चिल्ड्रन। So I would take very strong view of every member, and in last few working days, honorable members, I have seen two things. Very senior members, in spite of my direction, have failed to put the document on record. I give every member who was directed by me during the course of his speech, referring to a document or a video, a last opportunity is given during course of the day to make available the document on the table of the House. Any such failure will visit the member, and I can tell you with exemplary consequences. In performing my constitutional duties, I will neither look at this side nor at this side. I will look only to the Constitution. And I would therefore please hear leader of the opposition. He has already made one point that anything made by him by way of a statement outside the House should not be discussed here. This is one point he has made. Please, one second.
थैंक यू सर।
Please.
मैंने बाहर जो कहा अगर फिर यहाँ रिपीट करूंगा इन लोगों के लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा, क्योंकि जो आजादी के वक्त माफी मांगने वाले लोग और जो आजादी के लिए जो लड़े हैं उनको पूछ रहे हैं आप माफी मांगो। और दूसरी बात, वहां पर बात ऐसी आई कि देश को एकता रखने के लिए ये कांग्रेस पार्टी ये सब भारत तोड़ो यात्रा कर रही है, ऐसा क्रिटिसाइज उन्होंने किया। तब मैंने ये कहा भाई कांग्रेस पार्टी हमेशा देश को जोड़ने की बात करती है, और इसके लिए एक मिनट सर, इसके लिए इंदिरा गांधी जी ने अपनी जान दी, राजीव गांधी जी ने अपना जान दिया। आप कौन लोग इस देश के एकता के लिए अपनी जान दिए? मैंने ये कहा सच नहीं है। ने क्या की गांधी? ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स, तुम क्या किए हो? उन्होंने तो अपनी जान दी, देश को बचाया, देश को एक रखा, और ये बार बार बोलते हैं क्या ऐसे लोगों से सुनना नहीं चाहते।
सर, मुझे लगता है नेता प्रतिपक्ष को शायद इतिहास बहुत ज्यादा याद नहीं है। उनको ये याद नहीं है कैसे कांग्रेस की वजह से जम्मू कश्मीर का क्या हालत हुई। उनको ये याद नहीं है कैसे आज भी भारत की करके रखी है। उनको ये याद नहीं है उन्हीं के समय चाइना ने 38,000 किलोमीटर भारत की जमीन हड़प ली थी। ये भूल रहे हैं कैसे इन्होंने बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर का अपमान किया। ये भूल रहे हैं किस प्रकार से सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को रोका से रोको कश्मीर में कर सके। ये श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का बलिदान भूल रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है इन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए और इनको कोई अधिकार नहीं है ऐसे बेबुनियाद
Honorable members, I have received 6 notices. Honorable members, I have received. Honorable members, in spite of my ruling, we continue to use a rarest of rare mechanism very frequently. Even today, I have 6 notices under Rule 267. In one of the notices, Professor Ram Gopal Yadav has done homework. It is good for the professor, but the professor has to get some guidance from the student. Professor has made reference diligently, but in the process has committed 2 big errors. One, the professor was in hot haste and therefore submitted his notice before Rajya Sabha rose for the day yesterday. His notice was received at 4:46 p.m. on 19 December and that session was in progress. Number 2, the best way to learn a subject, professor, is to teach it. So I will be teaching Rule 267 now, in the process learning it. Professor has indicated very fairly, and I'm grateful to him, that one of the distinguished members has followed the rule proviso and has indicated, यद्यपि सदन की नियमावली में महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर चर्चा कराने जाने के संबंध में नियम 176 व 180 उपलब्ध है, क्योंकि 267 cannot be raised if you can raise an issue in any other rule. पर आगे प्रोफेसर साहब ने क्या कहा है, इन नियमों के तहत संबंधित मंत्री की सहमति आवश्यकता है. प्रोफेसर साहब, मंत्री की सहमति आवश्यकता नहीं है. This house will not transact any business with the permission of any member or a minister. परमिशन मेरी है. आपको सजेस्ट किया जाता है और ये आदत मेरी बदलनी पड़ रही है. अब तक जितनी राय दी है प्रोफेसर साहब, that has always been followed by a memo, a fee memo. ये राय बिना fee memo के है. Follow the rules, it will be raised. Other than this, none of the notices merit attention because they are in outrageous disregard of the requirements of the rules. Proviso to Rule 67 is required to be exhausted. Honorable members, Mr. Derek O'Brien, please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I'm actually very grateful to you for bringing this 267 rule into focus. It's important, and you have shared your thoughts today as well as yesterday, sir. I'm only on the rules, sir. The rule 266 and 267. That's why yes, sir. 266 and 267. Sir, I am referring today, sir, to 2 points. Please hear me out, sir. Let's begin with page 95 of the Rajya Sabha at work. I'll quickly read the relevant point. The Rajya Sabha at work, page 95. The chairman's rulings constitute precedents which are of binding nature. The chairman's rulings cannot be questioned or criticized, and to protest against the ruling of the chairman is contempt of the House and the chairman. I refer to page 95, sir. They constitute precedents. Sir, my second reference, may I take you to page 320?
Derek?
Yes, sir, 1 second.
Honorable member, they constitute binding precedent.
Yes, sir.
To be complied in all situations, because when your attention was drawn by the Honorable Deputy Chairperson that on last occasion you continued making a point in spite of my ruling.
So
So it's a binding precedent.
Sir, binding precedent,
Please,
sir.
go ahead,
I'm
go
on the point of binding precedent.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'm on the point of binding precedent. Page 320 of Rajya Sabha at work. I'm quoting from page 320 and I quote, rulings are given by the chair according to precedents of the House, and where there is no precedent, the usual parliamentary practice is followed. That's on rule page 320. A similar page 131, also in this Rajya Sabha at work, is to do with precedents. So now that we've got the precedents out of the way, I want to get to the precedents of Rule 267. Yesterday, the Honorable Chairman quite correctly said that your predecessor, the Honorable and much loved by all of us, Venkaiah Naidu ji, did not accept a single...
Much loved by all and highly respected by me.
Sir, okay. When you finished,
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
While that was true for 2016 to 2022, I would like to bring your attention, sir, very humbly, to the precedents of 267 notices.
What is your point of order?
On this, the precedents of notices,
Articulate.
Shankar Dayal Sharma ji, 1990 to 1992, accepted 4267 notices. Bhairon Singh Shekhawat ji, Vice President of India, Chairman of Rajya Sabha, accepted 3267 notices, and Hamid Ansari, Vice President of India, Chairman of Rajya Sabha, accepted 4267 notices. Sir, I humbly beseech you, your predecessors, not the predecessor. That's what the guidance we're looking from you, sir. 267 accepted every week. I agree with you. It can't be every week. Every month, I agree with you. It can't be every month. But 267 is a living rule which can be accepted twice or three times every year. That's my limited point, sir.
Honorable members, the quiz master has given us certain statistics. And
I'm the parliamentary party leader of the All India Trinamool Congress. I retired from being a quiz master in 2011. Treat me for who I am and what I do. Thank you, sir.
Go ahead. Honorable members, I have started my tenure as chairman. The track record of my very distinguished predecessors during their entire tenure did not get into double-digit intervention. I have enough time to take note of gravity of the situation, and you can trust me, if there is an occasion to invoke 267 every day, I would not hesitate to invoke it. And if there is no occasion to invoke it even once during my entire tenure, I would not. It will be examined on its own merits. Honorable members, matters of urgent public importance, Shri A.A. Rahim. A.A. Rahim. A.A. Rahim. A.A. Rahim. Take your seat, take care. Take care. A.A. Rahim. A.A. Rahim, please. Go ahead, let's transact business. A.A. Rahim. A.A. Rahim.
Powered by Truecaller. बुरी नियत वालों का कॉल लाल.
5 lakhs.
लोन चाहिए तो पैसाबाजार.com पर जाइए. लोन सही मिलेगा यहीं.
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो. एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए?
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है.
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
ये है गेहूं। जब इसमें जुड़ता है रागी, जवार, बाजरा और मेथी तो बनता है हेल्दी मन्ना मल्टी मिलेट आटा। ये है बेहतर आटा।
Guys, just 1 second. Choosing a car for my mom.
What? Online car shopping? Wow, that's so cool, yeah.
शाहरुख ने बताया.
Wait up. Booking a car service.
From here.
क्यों? तुझे शाहरुख ने नहीं बताया?
इसने पूछा ही नहीं. There's so much more जो शाहरुख ने नहीं बताया. It's all on the industry first My Hyundai app. Open a world of possibility with My Hyundai app. One app, many worlds.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कर आता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
बैंगन भरते का सारा सामान ऑर्डर कर दिया, बैंगन ही ऑर्डर करना भूल गया।
बैंगन भी ऑर्डर कर दूं?
सिर्फ एक बैंगन देने कौन आएगा?
जियो मार्ट सिर्फ एक आइटम भी फ्री डिलीवर करता है।
छोटा या बहुत छोटा, जियो मार्ट करता है हर ऑर्डर फ्री होम डिलीवर। जियो मार्ट, हर घर का मार्ट।
Sir, otherwise much of these jobs would be considered unemployment. Sir, and underemployment is also. So I urge the government of India should interfere this matter, and to control the unemployment and underemployment in the country. Good, sir. Dr. Fozia Khan.
Thank you, Chairman, sir.
No. Please, sir. Please. No, sir, please. Fozia Khan, I'll take the listed business. Please, Fozia Khan. Nothing will go on record. I have called Fozia Khan. Fozia Khan will please speak. Back here, please, Sanjay Singh, please, settle down. Please, settle down. Fozia Khan, please take the floor.
Sir, my matter of urgent importance.
I understood. I have to control the proceedings.
Sir,
you have to go by listed business.
There's a
please
bit
take your
of
seat.
acid to cause irreparable damage and transfer our body into a mangled.
Your favorite service provider, 10, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो।
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call 10 toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
अरे आप इतनी दूर हमारे लिए
आपकी मेहनत कहां से कहां पहुंच रही है। मैं आपके एक साइन के लिए यहाँ नहीं आ सकता? हो गया आपका अकाउंट ओपन।
हर बंद राह ओपन हो सकती है, लगता है सिर्फ दिल।
धन्यवाद।
एक्सिस बैंक, दिल से ओपन।
India welcomes those who further India's pride across the globe. Indian diaspora, partners of New India's growth journey in Amrit Kaal. Come and be a part of the 17th Pravasi Bharati Divas from 8th to 10th January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. For registration, log on to pbdindia.gov.in.
अगर मिठाई जंक फूड से है यारी, तो डायबिटीज की कर लो तैयारी।
Get Beto's Diabetes Care Program with a free glucometer and expert advice. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
Welcome back. You're watching Republic TV, and even as the ruckus in the Rajya Sabha continues, let's listen into what the Minister Piyush Goyal said earlier.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, कल माननीय मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी जो नेता प्रतिपक्ष हैं, उन्होंने इतना अभद्र भाषण दिया है अलवर में, और इतनी बुरी तरीके से, इतनी बुरी।
Hear your leader. You can't hear your leader even.
बहुत दुर्भाग्य है।
सुने।
जिस प्रकार का भाषा का उपयोग किया गया।
Everyone will be heard in representation, leader of the house and leader of the opposition.
जिस प्रकार
and their voice must be heard. Please.
जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने अभद्र भाषा का प्रयोग किया, जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने पूरी तरीके से बेबुनियाद बातें रखी, असत्य को देश के सामने रखने की कोशिश की, मैं उसकी घोर निंदा करता हूं और उनसे माफी की मांग करता हूं। उन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी से, माफी मांगनी चाहिए सदन से, जिसके अधिकांश मेंबर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के। उन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी से, और उन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए इस देश की जनता से, जिन्होंने आज एब्सोल्यूट मेजॉरिटी की सरकार भाजपा के सदस्य को चुन के बनाई है। आज विश्व की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी भारतीय जनता पार्टी, और जिस प्रकार से अभद्र भाषा उन्होंने उपयोग किया, जिस प्रकार से उन्होंने अपनी सोच का दर्शन दिया, उन्होंने अपनी बहुत ही।
Well, we are now cutting across to pictures that we are getting of the conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who has been produced in court. Do remember that these are exclusive visuals that we are bringing to you. Sukesh Chandrasekhar, of course, faces several charges of extortion. We are given to understand that he is being produced in court even as we speak. Pictures on your screen are of Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who is being produced in court in Delhi, is what we understand now. Sukesh Chandrasekhar, of course, faces multiple cases of cheating people, even while he was in jail. In fact, even when he was in jail, he tried to influence a trial judge in Delhi by impersonating a Supreme Court judge in 2017, within a fortnight of his arrest. Now, Chandrasekhar, of course, was first arrested by the Delhi police from a five-star hotel in April 2017 on charges that he fixed 50 crore deal to get the AIADMK faction leader TTV Dinakaran his favoured election symbol by bribing his contacts in the Election Commission. That, of course, was the first case that was lodged against him. Thereafter, we have seen a series of cases that are being lodged against this conman, Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Pictures on your screen are of him being produced in a court in Delhi. You are watching Republic TV. We'll continue to bring you more details.
Mr. Blanc, you're the world's greatest detective, right?
In your words, there has been a murder. The killer wouldn't hesitate to kill again if it covers their tracks.
Wow!
Well, I'm out of here.
Yeah, me too.
Lock the doors. Stay in your rooms. Everyone is in danger.
Are you calling me dangerous?
Well, we'll see.
Everyone looks at the world today. At Hyundai, we go beyond with experiences that take us forward. Inspired by our today, we design your tomorrow. Some said electric is the future. We said, why stop there? At Hyundai, we are going beyond mobility, and you are welcome to join us.
Yeah, Ajay, look at your dad. Will we be the same at his age?
Absolutely yes, if we plan our future like him.
How?
My father had invested in LIC's Jeevan Akshay, which gives immediate and guaranteed annuity at regular intervals, that too for life.
Wow. But do we have to wait until his age?
Absolutely not. We recently invested in LIC's new Jeevan Shanti, which gives deferred annuity, which means regular income after some years.
I see.
LIC's annuity plans give 10 annuity options and flexibility in receiving regular income. LIC, हर पल आपके साथ.
भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था में $1 ट्रिलियन का योगदान और देश की अर्थव्यवस्था में ग्रोथ इंजन के रूप में अपनी भूमिका का निर्वहन करने के हेतु प्रदेश सरकार यूपी ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर्स समिट 2023 का आयोजन कर रही है। आर्थिक विकास में तेज रफ्तार से आगे बढ़ रहे उत्तर प्रदेश में इस समिट के माध्यम से योगी सरकार ने 10 लाख करोड़ रुपए के निवेश का लक्ष्य रखा है।
बस बॉल
खट्टे मीठे घूंट कटक के ले तू दिल को ठूस just let loose limonata just let loose
पार्टिसिपेटेड इन द फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल, ये सब अपना ही है। ये जो बोलने का है ना, इनका एक आई कैन कॉल इट एज ए वेरी सिली थिंग, एक गंदी सोच का एक उनका ये दिखाता है। इसीलिए मैं इसका पूरा कंडेम करता हूँ और आग्रह करता हूँ, इनका सोच ही ऐसा है, इनका मेंटालिटी माइंडसेट। सावरकर जी के बारे में ऐसे बोलते हैं, जैसे आप देखे होंगे कांग्रेस का एक नेता स्मृति ईरानी जी के बारे में क्या अभद्र भाषा प्रयोग किया। व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ लैंग्वेज इट इज। एंड कांग्रेस इफ एट ऑल इट हैज सम सेंस, तो राहुल गांधी को कुछ सेंस है, उनके से कुछ नहीं एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं। कम से कम जो खरगे जी है 10 ही इज इन द हाउस फ्रॉम लास्ट 10 terms, at least he should have some. I was thinking that he has some sense, that is some common sense, but he also doesn't have. That is proven today. I strongly condemn this statement.
सर, कब तक हाउस आप लोग माफी की मांग करते हैं?
माफी तो हम माफी के लिए हम मांग किया है। हम सरकार में हैं, हम सदन का बिजनेस चलाना चाहते हैं, लेकिन हमारा प्रोटेस्ट हमने रजिस्टर किया है।
Well, the Union Minister over there asking for an apology from Mallikarjun Kharge, but So far, that hasn't come. You are watching Republic TV. We slip into a short break. On the other side, we get you more news. Stay with us.
Powered by Truecaller. बुरी नियत वालों का कॉल लाल.
Just yesterday, Munmun handed a phone to a random person to get her DP clicked. For the 5th time this year. And her phone got stolen again. But Munmun's over the moon. Because JioMart's grand finale sale is offering up to 80% off on everything. So no matter how your year's been, the ending will be smashing.
क्या हुआ रोहन? क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया पहली सैलरी मिली है. तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो. एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए?
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है.
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना. लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में.
एनपीएस में? रिया अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है. इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है. वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं.
बात में तो दम है.
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है.
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ.
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं.
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं. एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है.
Volkswagen Tiguan, India's safest SUVW. Volkswagen.
उठो, जागो, दौड़ो तुम. डायबिटीज को रोको तुम.
Get Beto's Diabetes Care Program with a free glucometer and expert advice. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
A look at the headlines at noon today. The Congress party is at it again, insults the Prime Minister, calls him a chooha this time. Storm over insult politics in Parliament. The government demands an apology. Kharge remains defiant. Sexist Congress leader Ajay Rai brazens it out, asks why apologize.
मैं तो राहुल गांधी जी के साथ पूरे मध्य प्रदेश में उनके साथ घूम रहा था, लेकिन मैं परासिया की जनता को बताना चाहता हूं कि परासिया विधानसभा में ओरिजिनल भारत जोड़ो से भी ज्यादा भीड़ है.
Cracks now emerge within the grand old party. Congress leader mocks Bharat Jodo Yatra. Days after the Amravati hate killing, the NIA exposes a larger conspiracy, says Kohli was murdered by radicals. No end to the Congress's troubles. 13 leaders of the Telangana unit quit. Party now in a huddle. Now, even as the Vadra Congress's troubles continue, we are given to understand that the Congress president, in its latest attack on the Prime Minister, has called the Prime Minister a mouse, and there has been a storm over the same in Parliament while the Union Minister Piyush Goyal has demanded an apology. Kharge, of course, continues to remain defiant. All right. Of course, we have seen what's happened in Parliament thereafter. Mallikarjun Kharge, also the leader of the opposition, continues to remain defiant, saying that he won't apologize. Also saying that since these remarks of his were made outside of Parliament, this cannot be discussed inside Parliament. We, of course, have heard several senior leaders from the BJP demand an apology from Mallikarjun Kharge. Earlier this morning, of course, Piyush Goyal spoke in Parliament, not just him. We've seen Prahlad Joshi also speak outside of Parliament. Let's begin with playing out for our viewers what Piyush Goyal said.
और चाइना के प्राइम मिनिस्टर मिले, झूले में बैठ के खेले, सब कुछ हुआ, लेकिन
महोदय, कल माननीय मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी जो नेता प्रतिपक्ष हैं, उन्होंने इतना अभद्र भाषण दिया है अलवर में और इतनी बुरी तरीके से, इतनी बुरी।
Hear your leader. You can't hear your leader even.
बहुत दुर्भाग्य है जिस प्रकार का भाषा का उपयोग किया गया।
Everyone will be heard in rapt attention, leader of the house and leader of the opposition.
जिस प्रकार
and their voice must be heard. Please.
जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने अभद्र भाषा का प्रयोग किया, जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने पूरी तरीके से बेबुनियाद बातें रखी, असत्य को देश के सामने रखने की कोशिश की, मैं उसकी घोर निंदा करता हूं और उनसे माफी की मांग करता हूं। उन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी से, माफी मांगनी चाहिए सदन से, जिसके अधिकांश मेंबर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के। उन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी से और उन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए इस देश की जनता से, जिन्होंने आज एब्सोल्यूट मेजॉरिटी की सरकार भाजपा के सदस्य को चुन के बनाई है। आज विश्व की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी भारतीय जनता पार्टी, और जिस प्रकार से अभद्र भाषा उन्होंने उपयोग किया, जिस प्रकार से उन्होंने अपनी सोच का दर्शन दिया, उन्होंने अपनी बहुत ही ईर्ष्या का दर्शन दिया। उनकी ईर्ष्या हो सकती है, उनको हमसे मतभेद हो सकती है, उनकी जेलसी होगी कि उनको तो मात्र 50 सीटें मिली, हमको 303 मिली। उनको ईर्ष्या और दुख हो सकता है कि उनकी पार्टी को कोई स्वीकार नहीं कर रहा है, लेकिन इस प्रकार का अभद्र भाषण देना मैं समझता हूं सभी का अपमान है, इस सदन का भी अपमान है और देशवासियों का, देश के हर वोटर का अपमान है। उनका कंडक्ट, उनका बिहेवियर और उनकी लैंग्वेज, तीनों की मैं निंदा करता हूं और उनसे माफी मांगता हूं। मुझे याद आता है गांधी जी ने जो कहा था, आजादी के बाद गांधी जी ने कहा था कांग्रेस पार्टी को ही वाइंड अप कर देना चाहिए। खड़गे जी उसका जीता जागता प्रतीक है और दिखा रहे हैं देश को गांधी जी ने सत्य कहा था। और ऐसे अध्यक्ष एक पार्टी के जिनको भाषण देना नहीं है, उन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए और वो माफी नहीं मांगे तब तक उनको यहाँ पे रहने का कोई अधिकार नहीं।
In fact, Mallikarjun Kharge as well spoke inside the Parliament where he refused to apologize, saying that these were remarks that were made outside Parliament and he will make them again. Let's listen in.
बाहर जो कहा, अगर फिर यहाँ रिपीट करूंगा, इन लोगों के लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा। क्योंकि जो आजादी के वक्त माफी मांगने वाले लोग और जो आजादी के लिए जो लड़े हैं, उनको पूछ रहे हैं आप माफी मांगो। और दूसरी बात, वहां पर बात ऐसी आई कि देश को एकता रखने के लिए ये कांग्रेस पार्टी ये सब भारत तोड़ो यात्रा कर रही है, ऐसा क्रिटिसाइज उन्होंने किया। तब मैंने ये कहा, भाई कांग्रेस पार्टी हमेशा देश को जोड़ने की बात करती है और इसके लिए सर एक मिनट सर, इसके लिए इंदिरा गांधी जी ने अपनी जान दी, राजीव गांधी जी ने अपना जान दिया। आप कौन लोग इस देश के एकता के लिए अपनी जान दिए? मैंने ये कहा सच नहीं है। गांधी ने क्या की? गांधी तुम क्या किए? उन्होंने तो अपनी जान दी, देश को बचाया, देश को एक रखा और ये बार बार बोलते हैं पार्लियामेंट्री क्या है? ऐसे लोगों से सुनना नहीं चाहते।
सर मुझे लगता है नेता प्रतिपक्ष को शायद इतिहास बहुत ज्यादा याद नहीं है। उनको ये याद नहीं है कैसे कांग्रेस की वजह से जम्मू कश्मीर का क्या हालत हुई। उनको ये याद नहीं है कैसे आज भी भारत की करके रखी है। उनको ये याद नहीं है उन्हीं के समय चाइना ने 38,000 किलोमीटर भारत की जमीन हड़प ली थी। ये भूल रहे हैं कैसे इन्होंने बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर का अपमान किया। ये भूल रहे हैं उन्होंने किस प्रकार से सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को रोका से रोको कश्मीर में कर सके। ये श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का बलिदान भूल रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है इन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए और इनको कोई अधिकार नहीं है ऐसे बेबुनियाद।
Well, even as the confrontation continues in Parliament, Prahlad Joshi came outside of Parliament and spoke to the media. Here's what he said.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष और लीडर ऑफ द अपोजिशन इन राज्यसभा कल राजस्थान में अलवर में जो भाषा प्रयोग किया है, अभद्र भाषा, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ से और पार्लियामेंट्री पार्टी अफेयर्स के मंत्री के नाते, पूरा पार्लियामेंट के नाते मैं घोर निंदा करता हूं। आई स्ट्रांगली कंडेम दिस। ये जो क्लेम कर रहे हैं कि जो स्वतंत्र आंदोलन में भाग लिए थे कांग्रेस वाले, ये सब कांग्रेस का लेगेसी है। बेसिकली दैट इटसेल्फ इज रॉन्ग। क्योंकि ये जो कांग्रेस था, स्वयं महात्मा गांधी जी ने कहा था ये कांग्रेस विसर्जन करो। अभी जो चला रहा है ये कांग्रेस ओरिजिनल कांग्रेस नहीं है। सुभाष चंद्र बोस जी को, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल, बाल गंगाधर तिलक, बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर, ऐसे लोगों के साथ यही कांग्रेस जो ओरिजिनल कांग्रेस थे उनके साथ कैसे व्यवहार किया ये सब जानते हैं। तो इसीलिए ये जो क्लेम करते हैं ना, ये जो स्वतंत्र सेनानी जो थे, स्वतंत्र आंदोलन में जो भाग लिए थे, वो सब हमारा ही है। ये बेसिकली दिस इज द रॉन्ग कंसेप्ट and wrong thinking and wrong approach of the Congress party.
Now, the National Investigation Agency has filed a charge sheet against 11 accused in connection with the murder of the Amravati-based chemist Umesh Kohli in June. The men have been booked on charges including murder under the Indian Penal Code and relevant sections of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Now, in this particular case, we are given to understand that the NIA has in its charge sheet mentioned that there were 2 attempts to murder Umesh Kohli. In one of them, the main accused failed. Thereafter, however, they were able to essentially stab him when he was on his two-wheeler. This incident, of course, took place in June. What we are also given to understand is that the NIA in its charge sheet has said that the main accused in this case were influenced by the Tablighi Jamaat and then carried out this murder. So what we are given to understand is that the NIA is also now looking at a larger conspiracy that perhaps was at play in the murder of this chemist. The NIA, of course, has been investigating this case for a while, and it was looking for at all angles. We are given to understand that these radicalized Islamists murdered Umesh Kohli as what they thought was revenge for certain remarks that he had posted. We are also learning now that these two, the main accused, were extremely influenced by the preachings of the Tablighi Jamaat, and thereafter hatched this conspiracy to murder the chemist Umesh Kohli. The men, of course, have now been booked on charges including murder under the Indian Penal Code and other relevant sections of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Sandeep is reporting live on this from Mumbai. He joins us right now. Sandeep, give us more details in terms of the charge sheet that has been filed by the NIA. We are given to understand that the NIA is looking at a bigger conspiracy in this case. And also, Sandeep, the charge sheet does mention that there were 2 attempts to murder him. Give us more details.
So yes, as far as the charge sheet is concerned, we have got the charge sheet, and in fact, when you go through with the investigation details, NIA mentioned that Umesh Kohli and the main accused, Yusuf Khan, that is accused number 6, were there in the same group, that is named as Black Freedom. Yusuf Khan was a visitor at the chemist shop, which was in fact ran by Umesh Kohli.
Sandeep, I'm afraid I'll have to interrupt you there. We'll come back to you. Let's cut across right now to
समिति इस सभा को बजट सत्र 2023 के दूसरे भाग के पहले सप्ताह के अंतिम दिन तक प्रतिवेदन देगी। अन्य प्रकरणों में संसदीय समिति के संबंध में इस सभा के प्रक्रिया संबंधित नियम, ऐसे परिवर्तनों, रूपभेदों जो अध्यक्ष जी करे, इसके साथ लागू होगी। और यह सभा राज्यसभा से सिफारिश करती है कि राज्यसभा उक्त संयुक्त समिति में सम्मिलित हो और संयुक्त समिति में राज्यसभा द्वारा नियुक्त किए जाने वाले सदस्यों के नाम इस सभा को सूचित करे। अध्यक्ष समिति के सदस्यों में से एक को इस सभापति के रूप में नियुक्त करेगी।
प्रश्न है कि माननीय मंत्री द्वारा प्रस्तुत प्रस्ताव को स्वीकृत किया जाए। जो सदस्य इसके पक्ष में हाँ गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए, मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष में, हाँ वालों के पक्ष में प्रस्ताव स्वीकृत हुआ। सभी स्टेक होल्डरों को बुलाते हैं, आपकी भी सलाह लेंगे, आप निश्चित रहें, सबकी सलाह लेंगे। माननीय सदस्यगण, देश में मादक द्रव्यों के सेवन की समस्या और इस संबंध में सरकार द्वारा उठाए गए कदमों के बारे में चर्चा में श्रीमती हर्षमिता कौल बादल, श्री पीवी मिथुन रेड्डी, श्री गुरजीत सिंह ओजला के नाम से ध्यान आकर्षण प्रस्ताव सूचीबद्ध है। विषय के महत्व को देखते हुए और कुछ माननीय सदस्यों ने इस पर बोलने की इच्छा प्रकट की है। उनका सुझाव था कि चूंकि ध्यान आकर्षण प्रस्ताव के प्रारूप में ऐसा संभव नहीं है, इसलिए मैं सदन की सहमति से सूचीबद्ध इस चर्चा को नियम 193 अधीन चर्चा में परिवर्तित कर रहा हूं, ताकि अधिकाधिक सदस्यों को इसमें भाग लेने का अवसर मिले। मुझे आशा है सदन की सहमति होगी और एक सार्थक चर्चा होगी।
Proceedings that are taking place in the Lok Sabha, the Home Minister was speaking a while ago. You are watching the broadcast live on Republic TV. We will, of course, continue to bring you what's happening in Parliament. Here's a look at what else is making news this afternoon. At a government college in Mukhtasar, pro-Khalistani slogans were painted on the walls. The pro-Khalistani group, the SFJ, has claimed responsibility for this activity. The BJP have held their parliamentary party meeting today. They discussed the issue of the strategy for the remaining winter session of Parliament. Three university students in Allahabad were injured and 2 motorcycles were set ablaze during clashes between students agitating for a rollback of a fee hike and security personnel at the campus. A case has been registered by the Colonelganj police station in Prayagraj against 43 guards on the basis of a complaint that has been filed by student leader Vivekanand Pathak. The National Investigation Agency has filed a charge sheet against 11 accused in connection with the murder of the Amravati-based chemist Umesh Kohli in June. The men have been booked on charges including murder under the Indian Penal Code and relevant sections of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. An encounter took place between terrorists and security forces in the Manj area of Shopian district. 3 terrorists who were hiding in a residential complex were killed in the encounter. IT raids were carried out at Punjabi singer Ranjit Bawa and Kanwar Grewal's residence. Reports claim that since Sidhu Moosewala's murder, all financial transactions of Punjabi singers are now under the lens of the IT department. Students of a government junior college in Sarur Nagar were seen staging protests demanding the Education Minister and the government provide toilet facilities in the college. And with an aim of countering the Chinese aggression on the line of actual control, the union government is carrying out infrastructure development in various border areas of Arunachal Pradesh.
Congress party is back to doing what it does best. That is, in their hatred for one person, they keep attacking the constitutional institutions, including the armed forces. After saying army pit ke aage Arunachal Pradesh mein by Rahul Gandhi, now Mallikarjun Kharge ji has compared Prime Minister Modi to Chuha. He has said ki Pradhan Mantri Modi Chuhe ke jaise hain. This is the same Congress party which has called Prime Minister Ravan, Bhasmasur, Auqat dikha denge. They also said hatya ke liye tatpar rehna chahiye Pradhan Mantri ki, and now they have once again attacked him. Time and again they have used bad words and insulting words for the Prime Minister. More than 80 such bad words have been used for the Prime Minister, his family, for people of Gujarat and for the people of India. But now, at a time when one should be condemning China and should be standing with the armed forces, should be standing with the country, the Congress party is once again attacking the constitutional institutions, it is attacking the armed forces, but it is unwilling to attack China. This is why INC does not mean Indian National Congress, it means I need Chinese MOU, I need Chinese money, and I need Chinese propaganda. Time and again doubting the bravery and the valor of our forces, undermining our constitutional institutions, but attacking the Prime Minister, but not saying a word against China.
Now, amid the backlash over Ajay Rai's Latke Jhatke jibe at the Union Minister Smriti Irani, the Uttar Pradesh Congress leader has asked why should he apologise as the remark is not unparliamentary. Now, do remember that there has been a storm over this comment that was made by the leader from the Congress party. There has been severe criticism that has come in. It has been termed misogynistic and sexist. But despite that, Rai, of course, continues to remain defiant. Let's listen into a comment that came in from him today.
नहीं, मैंने एक हमारे आम चलन की भाषा है गिरीश जी कि भाई लटके झटके में लोग चलते हैं, बात करके चल देते हैं, झटके से उठे चल दिए, लटके मतलब एक इस तरह की बातें आती हैं। वो कोई असंसदीय भाषा या कोई मैंने ऐसा कोई किसी का अपमान करने के लिए नहीं बोला है। ये हमारे यहाँ बोलचाल की भाषा है इधर की, उस तरह से हम लोगों ने इस तरह की बात का इस्तेमाल किया। कोई अपमान करने की हमारी कोई मंशा किसी की नहीं है।
माफी मांगे और इस तरह के कुछ
नहीं, क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है। वो हमने जो बात बोली उसमें मैं कायम हूँ।
तो जो इस तरह का समर्थन क्या कहने की जरूरत पड़ गई जो आप?
नहीं, मैंने एक हमारे आम चलन की भाषा है गिरीश जी कि भाई लटके झटके में लोग चलते हैं, बात करके चल देते हैं, झटके से उठे चल दिए, लटके मतलब एक इस तरह की बातें आती हैं। वो कोई असंसदीय भाषा या कोई मैंने ऐसा कोई किसी का अपमान करने के लिए नहीं बोला है। ये हमारे यहाँ बोलचाल की भाषा है इधर की, उस तरह से हम लोगों ने इस तरह की बात का इस्तेमाल किया। कोई अपमान करने की हमारी कोई मंशा किसी की नहीं है।
माफी मांगे और इस तरह के कुछ
नहीं, क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है। वो हमने जो बात बोली उसमें मैं कायम हूँ।
तो जो इस तरह का समर्थन
Now, in fact, the Congress leader Ajay Rai, of course, had taken a swipe at the Union Minister Smriti Irani, saying that she only comes to her constituency of Amethi to show latkas and jhatkas. This comment, of course, was sharply reacted to by the BJP. Now we are now getting the first reaction of the Union Minister Ramdas Athavale in the Amravati hate killing probe. Do remember that the NIA has filed a charge sheet in this case and has said that there appears to be a larger conspiracy that was behind the murder of Umesh Kohli. Ramdas Athavale, of course, saying that there needs to be strict action against the accused.
ये रिकॉर्ड हुआ है कि ये तबलीगी जमात के लोग थे, तबलीगी जमात के लोग थे जिन्होंने प्लान्ड वे में मर्डर किया था और ये भय फैलाना चाहते थे, फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन को टारगेट करना चाहते थे उमेश कोहली के मर्डर में जिनका किया था, जो सर अलग किया था, जिनका बिहेडिंग हुआ था, जिनका कैसे देखते हैं आप इसे?
आप लोग जानते हैं कि मतलब मर्डर हुआ था उसमें सभी लोग मैंने मिलनी चाहिए कुछ समझना और जिस कारण से मतलब मर्डर हुआ ये बात अच्छी नहीं थी। उन्होंने किसी का सबूत ले किया था, उनका मर्डर करना ये अच्छी बात नहीं थी और निषेधात्मक बात थी और इसका पूरे देश ने निषेध किया।
जी, यही तबलीगी जमात के लोग थे सर जिनका मरकज़ में ऑफिस था निज़ामुद्दीन में दिल्ली में। तब लोग कह रहे थे कि इट इज़ अ बिनाइन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, लेकिन उन्हीं के मेंबर्स हैं जिन्होंने ये एक्शन लिया था और ये भय फैलाना चाहते थे, फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन करना चाहते थे, ये एनआई कह रही है।
सर तबलीगी जमात इसका नाम इसमें सामने आया है, वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, उसमें आप क्या कहेंगे?
कोई भी हो, तबलीगी जमात हो या कोई भी हो, मर्डर तो हो चुका है और किसने तो मर्डर किया है। तबलीगी जमात हो या कोई भी जमात हो, जिन्होंने मतलब इसी तरह का मर्डर किया है उनको सजा मिलनी चाहिए, उनके ऊपर एक्शन होनी चाहिए।
Now, the NIA in its charge sheet, of course, has said that they seem to have evidence of the fact that the main accused in this case were influenced by the Tablighi Jamaat and were actually looking to murder him over some comments that he had made.
Disappointed, desperate for immediate change, struggling for basic amenities. These students of Government College in Surnagar of Telangana boycotted classes and staged a dharna, claiming that the infrastructure in the college is extremely poor, forcing almost 700 girls to share one toilet that lacks even basic facilities like water. Students have urged the Education Minister and the government to intervene and ensure that the basic toilet facilities are provided in college. After their complaint was ignored for months together with no option left, students were forced to stage a protest. Of all the states and union territories in India, Telangana has the least number of toilets when compared to the number of government schools the state government has invested in. Will the state government take prompt steps to change the situation? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Cracks within the Grand Old Party are now out in the open. The Congress leader mocks the Bharat Jodo Yatra. And no end to the Congress's troubles. 13 leaders of Telangana unit quit. The party is now in huddle.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो, एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए?
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा करके रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा-थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
Pooja, you left the job and still so cool?
Bro, new challenges bring new opportunities.
Oh, really?
Seriously, Rahul, my entire house, now it's an online retail store. Look.
Wow. But money?
Few years back, I'd invested my Diwali bonus.
And now you have LIC's ULIP plan Nivesh Plus. Invest once, get the benefit of both life insurance and maximized returns based on market trends.
One sec, Rahul.
Madam, you are double cool.
एक दिन मैं सोते सोते गिर गया और मुझे कुछ नहीं हुआ। पता है किसने किया? घोस्ट ने। मेरा दोस्त है, वो हर बार मुझे बचा लेता है। घोस्ट को कैसे पता मैं अंधेरे से डरता हूँ? घोस्ट मेरा दोस्त है। मिलोगे?
अरे कोई घोस्ट नहीं, रोनी के पापा ही हैं जो उसे सेफ रखते हैं। जैसे हैवेल्स लाइफ शील्ड वायर्स जो दिखते नहीं पर घर को सेफ रखते हैं। ना आग पकड़े ना जहरीली गैस छोड़े। वायर्स दैट डोंट कैच फायर।
We can see that illegal liquor is being manufactured here. In these containers, you can see that there is illegal liquor and it has been taken out and sold out. This is the pipeline of the gas cylinders, and in this only, in these containers, illegal country-made liquor are manufactured.
Thanks for tuning in this Tuesday afternoon. We are live and breaking. Lot of top stories lined up for you with the next half an hour, starting with the top headlines. Vadra Congress at it again, insults Prime Minister, calls him a chooha this time. Storm over insult politics in Parliament. Government demands apology. Kharge remains defiant.
नहीं, क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो आम जन, जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है। वो हमने जो बात बोली उसमें मैं कायम।
जो इस तरह का समर्थन।
Sexist Vadra Congress leader Ajay Rai brazens it out now, asks why apologize.
मैं तो राहुल गांधी जी के साथ पूरे मध्य प्रदेश में उनके साथ घूम रहा था, लेकिन मैं परासिया की जनता को बताना चाहता हूं कि परासिया विधानसभा में ओरिजिनल भारत जोड़ो से भी ज्यादा भीड़ है।
Cracks within the Grand Old Party are out in the open now. Congress leader mocks Bharat Jodo Yatra. Days after Amravati hate killing, NIA exposes larger conspiracy, says Kohli murdered by radicals. And no end to Congress troubles. 13 leaders of Telangana unit quit party now in a huddle. All right, state up, cutting across to these visuals coming in of actor Jacqueline Fernandez, who will be appearing before the Delhi's Patiala High Court very shortly in connection with the 200 crore scam case. In fact, in just a few moments from now, she will be appearing before the court in connection with the 200 crore money laundering case, which also involves Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Now, remember, Fernandez has been named as an accused in the ED's supplementary charge sheet in the money laundering case. In fact, earlier in November, Delhi court had granted bail to actor Jacqueline Fernandez. All right, we'll go across to Piyush Ori as well, who's there at the court as the visuals come in of actor Jacqueline, who's arrived at the Delhi court in connection with the 200 crore scam. Remember, Jacqueline's name has been mentioned as an accused in ED's supplementary charge sheet in the money laundering case. In fact, in November, a Delhi court had granted her anticipatory bail. And these are the visuals coming in of actor Jacqueline Fernandez. Remember, it's not just actor Jacqueline Fernandez. Noora Fatehi's name has also been mentioned in the ED charge sheet in the 200 crore scam. And after just a few days back, after Noora was also summoned by, in fact, appeared before the court, it's actor Jacqueline Fernandez now who's arrived in the court. The hearing will begin in a short while. So these are the visuals coming in right now of Jacqueline Fernandez, who is there at Delhi's Patiala House Court. This is, of course, as I mentioned, in connection with the 200 crore money laundering case, which also involves conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. While these visuals on the right side of conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, which came in just a while back, in which conman had appeared before the court in relation to another case. It's actor Jacqueline Fernandez now who is there at the court in connection with the 200 scam case. Also, remember, Jacqueline has time and again said that she has no role in the 200 crore scam, which involves conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. In fact, she said that her name has been wrongly mentioned and she's being dragged in this scam. We'll try and get more details on this, but remember, she's also been gifted several expensive gifts by conman Sukesh. So we have Piyush joining us for more on that. Piyush, to begin with, if you could give us more details on the ED charge sheet that has been filed in this case.
So, yes,
All right, we'll try and go across to Piyush again, but those are the visuals there coming in right now of Jacqueline arriving. And in fact, the details that we are putting on our screens right now of the expensive gifts that were apparently gifted to actor Jacqueline by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, which involves bags from Gucci. In fact, several of those expensive gifts, which also includes Tiffany bracelets, Rolex watch, and several such expensive watches which were gifted to her by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. In fact, not just this, we were also given to understand that a BMW that was gifted to her sister. Now, these are the gifts that were apparently given to her by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. A Porsche that was even a car that was given to her mother. So several of her relatives and kin who were gifted these expensive items, and Jacqueline herself in fact was given these gifts, which include several of those expensive watches and Gucci and Chanel bags as well. So Jacqueline there in the dock in connection with the 200 crore scam. In fact, the ED, just to give a recap of what we know so far, Jacqueline, of course, has been named as an accused in this 200 crore scam case charge sheet that has been filed by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with this case. We'll try and connect with Piyush again, who's there at the court, getting us those first visuals of actor Jacqueline Fernandez, who's arrived at the Patiala House Court in the national capital. Remember, she was earlier granted anticipatory bail by the court in connection with the same case. This is, in fact, a 200 crore scam in which her name has been mentioned as an accused by the Enforcement Directorate. In fact, the ED in its charge sheet has clearly mentioned that how Jacqueline received expensive gifts from conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, which only has, in fact, ED there very clearly has mentioned about the gifts that she had received from conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. This is a money laundering case for which she is appearing before the court. She was given expensive gifts by conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, which includes diamond earrings, Rolex watches, and several of those expensive watches, bracelets of multicolored stones. And not just this, her kin was also gifted these expensive gifts by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. All right, two more news break coming in. This one from Karnataka, where it's a rebellion which is being seen within the Congress just ahead of elections, which will happen next year. Now, senior BJP leader K.S. Ishwarappa, who is also a former state unit president in Karnataka, has been given to understand resorted to a silent protest against his party leaders for not inducting him into the cabinet even after coming out clean in a case of contractor suicide. Those are the first visuals also coming in right now. We'll try and connect with our reporters to get us more details, but remember, this shows that there is probably infighting within the BJP in the state of Karnataka, which is all set to go for polls next year itself. So infighting within the BJP, and what we are given to understand that K.S. Ishwarappa also skipped the assembly session as the crisis brews within the BJP. We have Niranjan joining us for more on that. Niranjan, if you could give us more details on what we know so far, because this of course comes just ahead of elections in the state, which will happen early next year.
Well, this is an explosive sort of development, one that the BJP least expected or needed at this point, given that there is an election next year. And essentially what has happened is K.S. Ishwarappa, he's been sulking for a while, because he says, while speaking to the media earlier today, he said that he was given a clean sheet. He had stepped down as a minister earlier, and he's now saying that he will not, and this is of course, he hasn't said it on record, he said that he will go to the assembly session in Belagavi only if he's made a minister. He had to step down earlier over the charges that were made alleging the corruption in Karnataka. But he says it's been about 4 months since he got a clean sheet, and despite the clean sheet, he has not been inducted back as a minister. His leaders in Delhi, he says he's in touch with the High Command and that he's been given a clean sheet along with another minister called Jacqueline who also had to step down following the ruckus and the uproar over the tapes, the controversial tapes that were released. And he, of course, is in Bengaluru. He's not with the rest of the MLAs in Belagavi. And he's saying that he will only go to Belagavi where the session is on if his conversation with the Chief Minister goes well. So basically, it's a rebellion. As a very, very senior leader, Ishwarappa is a very senior leader, and he says that I will not go to the session unless I'm made minister.
Yes, sir.
Also, by the way, the former deputy chief minister of Karnataka.
Yes, please stay with us. We have that reaction also coming in from K.S. Ishwarappa. Let's play that out.
मेरा कान से ही सुना है ये इंडिया टीवी के बॉस बातचीत क्या किया है वो कान पे सुना है और आज शाम को भी मैं सीएम के पास बातचीत करूंगा 100% मेरे सीएम के ऊपर मेरे नेशनल लीडर्स के ऊपर मुझे विश्वास है जरूर वो मेरे कैबिनेट में होगा ये आज ही मैं मेरा कान से ही सुना है ये इंडिया टीवी के बॉस बातचीत क्या किया है वो कान पे सुना है और आज शाम को भी मैं सीएम के पास बातचीत करूंगा 100% मेरे सीएम के ऊपर मेरे नेशनल लीडर्स के ऊपर मुझे विश्वास है जरूर वो मेरे कैबिनेट में होगा.
And our executive editor Niranjan continues to be with us. Niranjan, how do you read into this infighting which has been brewing within the BJP in Karnataka?
Well, it all depends on what happens next. Today, because it's an election, it's a build-up to the election. Because in less than 1 year from now, there will be elections in Karnataka. So I think in that sense, this is a very, very critical sort of a development. One which involves the unity of the entire unit, and the BJP currently was riding on the wave that the Congress is a divided house. So if there are divisions within the BJP, it makes it all the more complicated for them in the state of Karnataka. And he's one of the senior most leaders. Like I said, he's been a former deputy chief minister, and there were allegations earlier of corruption, and that's why he stepped down. He said he got a clean sheet, and despite the clean sheet, he hasn't been reinducted into the cabinet. So let's see where the story goes. I'm handing it back to you for now. We're keeping a close watch on the situation in Karnataka. Back to you for now.
All right, Niranjan, stay with us. We also have a news briefing which is being addressed by Ishwarappa. Let's listen into that.
KJ ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಆಪಾದನೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ವಿಧಾನ ಪರಿಷತ್ತಿನ ವಿರೋಧ ಪಕ್ಷ ನಾಯಕನಾಗಿ ಹೌಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಹೊರಗಡೆನೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಾಳ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡಿ, ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಲಿ, ತನಿಖೆಯಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಬಂದರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ದೇನು ಅಭ್ಯಂತರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇದರಿಂದ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅವರು ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಈ ಅಂಶವನ್ನು ನಾನು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ನಾಯಕರ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ, ಪಕ್ಷದ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾಯಕರ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದಾಗ ಆಯ್ತು ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ನನ್ನ ಕೇಸು ಕೂಡ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಯಿತು. ತನಿಖೆ ಆದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕೇಸು ಪೂರ್ಣ ನಿರಾಧಾರ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ತೀರ್ಪು ಬಂತು. ತೀರ್ಪು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಚಿಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಚಿಟ್ ಸಿಗಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೇಸ್ ಬಿತ್ತೋ, ಕೇಸ್ ಬಿದ್ದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಸವರಾಜ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವ್ರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ನಳಿನ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಕಟೀಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಈಶ್ವರಪ್ಪನವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಿರೋಂಥ ಆಪಾದನೆ ನಿರಾಧಾರ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಅವರು ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲದಂಗೆ ಅವರು ನಿರಾಧಾರ ಅಂತ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಆಗಿ ತೀರ್ಪು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಚಿಟ್ ತರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿ ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಚಿಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಗೋತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಚಿಟ್ ಬಂದು 4 ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು. ನಾನು ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಖಾಸಗಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಹತ್ರ. ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ನಾಯಕರನ್ನ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಗ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ನಾನು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ತನಕನೂ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬೆಳಗಾವಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ.
All right, so that press briefing by KS Ishwarappa seems there is another crisis in Karnataka, and this time it's within the BJP just ahead of Karnataka elections. A very short break, but on the other side we'll get you reactions as sexist Vadra Congress leader Ajay Rai brazens it out now, asks why apologize.
कुछ पैसे बोरो करने थे।
लोन चाहिए तो पैसाबाजार.com पर जाइए। पैसाबाजार.com, लोन सही मिलेगा यहीं।
Your favorite service provider, 10, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो।
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call 10 toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
आइए नए उत्तर प्रदेश की क्षमता और असीमित अवसरों से सफलता की नई कहानी लिखें। यूपी ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर्स समिट 10 से 12 फरवरी 2023। नए भारत के ग्रोथ इंजन उत्तर प्रदेश में निवेश करें।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Everyone looks at the world today. At Hyundai, we go beyond with experiences that take us forward. Inspired by our today, we design your tomorrow. Some said electric is the future. We said, why stop there? At Hyundai, we are going beyond mobility, and you are welcome to join us.
Now, the zero COVID policy of China is under question here, as these are the visuals that we are putting on our screens. After the easing of COVID restrictions, China is now experiencing a massive surge in COVID-19 cases. Hospitals are seen completely overwhelmed in China. In fact, China, remember earlier, was saying that how it has, in fact, China had implemented its strict zero COVID policy but now what we are seeing is that a massive surge in COVID-19 cases in China. The visuals there on your screens of how the hospitals are completely overwhelmed with those patients. In fact, not just this, there have been several such visuals in which people are seen running pillar to post to find a bed in hospitals. So China's zero COVID policy has fallen flat from what it appears, even as China had imposed strict lockdowns in several of its regions. There were people who were not allowed to get out of their houses, and just days after those visuals surfaced of how there was a complete crackdown in China, we were not allowed to get out of their houses. Visuals coming in this hour of how the hospitals in China are completely overwhelmed, and the question here arising as to whether the zero COVID policy of Xi Jinping has failed completely. Now, remember, this comes even as China is seeing, in fact, its GDP is falling constantly. There are human rights violations, and zero COVID policy, which is, of course, come under question here, with people there reeling under the economic distress, and many of them who are seen languishing on the streets as they are not able to get those beds in hospitals. So hospitals there completely overwhelmed. People seen running helter-skelter, pillow to post to find a decent bed in a hospital. And this, of course, as a result of massive surge in COVID-19 cases in China. All right, we have a senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, also joining us. Abhishek, what is your reading of China's zero COVID policy? Because from these visuals, which are quite dramatic to say, it puts a question as to whether the zero COVID policy of Xi Jinping has failed completely.
All right, Samiksha, zero COVID policy, was effective till the time it was implemented. Now what has happened is that because of zero COVID and the strict guidelines, now that Chinese are opening up, the Chinese society is opening up, and the state has completely relaxed the zero COVID guidelines.
The zero COVID guidelines. What is happening is there is a great mass of citizenry there, elderly, for example, who are not immune to this COVID virus because they were overprotected. Similarly, there are people who have not got vaccinated. Similarly, because China was almost isolated from the rest of the world, and so the effectiveness of the Chinese vaccines was not tested. So all these things taken together, low immunity in the elderly population, the vaccines not being effective, the infrastructure not to the scale as it is needed for this size of population, all these things coming together have created a situation where there is an apprehension that going forward over the next fortnight or so, China might see a huge spike in COVID numbers. Now, the relaxation that has happened in the zero COVID policy, because of which the Chinese state, for example, is not mass testing, is allowing asymptomatic people to travel, that can lead to a surge of COVID numbers. And given the fact that the population might not be immune to symptoms and severe symptoms, and the fact that infrastructure might not be there, it's leading to this worry around the world that the Chinese could lead to a fourth or fifth wave of COVID, which might not be limited to China. Of course, it would cause a huge harm to the Chinese population, but it can travel outside also, given the fact that there are no restrictions now in terms of movement. And we are having flights traveling around the world, and the world is almost having a revenge tourism. In that sense, I think the Chinese could become the cause of another round of a COVID wave around the world, and that's the concern, that's the worry, and that's the apprehension going by the numbers and going by the possibilities. The numbers as of now are very controlled. For example, Beijing officially has reported just 2 deaths over the last 24 hours. But then as it happens with all things Chinese, you really don't trust those numbers. We don't know exactly what's happening inside. But over the next fortnight, things might unravel given the fact that the zero COVID policy has been relaxed just last week.
Yes.
Samiksha.
Yes, Abhishek, also tell us, do you think it's a double whammy of sorts for China? Because on one hand, we saw those lockdowns being imposed, factories were shut. So it's an economic crisis. At the same time, you have those people also languishing on the hospital, in those these hospitals, not just limited to one place, but in several such locations in China.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because of the zero COVID policy, we had those protests and rebellions panning out across the country, Samiksha, and it seems that the state is in spite making its citizens pay. So the Chinese communist state perhaps decided that, okay, fine, you are protesting, you want these norms to be relaxed, let's give them up completely. Now, there should have been a gradual response and lifting up of those restrictions and guidelines, but it seems that the Chinese state really is getting back at its own citizens and creating a situation where a mass surge might happen with these unprepared and ill-prepared, unprepared citizenry and ill-prepared system insofar as the possibility of numbers goes. Remember, many of these Chinese metropolitan areas can be very densely populated and there is no mechanism with the Chinese state. Remember, in the case of India, for example, we had a couple of waves before things really settled. So you can expect that a similar situation might arise, and that's the apprehension with the global epidemiological experts community, that a similar situation might arise in China, and China might lead to another wave of pandemic spread around the world again.
Yes, and Abhishek, last question before we let you go. Do you think there is a need to increase surveillance and vigil of those who are probably coming from China and those who are also going to China when we talk about India?
Well, truth be told, that's an imperative. It's a good question that you ask, and hopefully our administration, our health machinery would be taking note of these developments taking place in China, Samiksha, and a review would be put in place as to the kind of COVID norms that were done away with in India. Would some of them need to be partially brought back in? For example, at the airports, screenings started from the from airlines that are coming directly from China, or those flights which are having connecting flights to and from China. So those are important measures that perhaps would need to be reviewed, if not immediately put in place. But you know, there can be a dominoes. That's how the pandemic really spread around the world, beginning with China. And we are looking at a situation where after 2 years and about a year and a half of relative normalcy, restrictions would need to be revived perhaps if the Chinese numbers really see a spike and if the Chinese honestly report about them.
Yes, and Abhishek, not to forget, you know, how the Chinese mouthpiece had questioned India's COVID policy, and what we are seeing now is China, which is in fact reeling from this crisis, which seems far from over.
Well, obviously, Samiksha, so the point is that Chinese, in their arrogance, perhaps might not take lessons from the rest of the world. Remember, insofar as vaccines go, they have stuck to their own a couple of vaccines that they developed, and they remain untested because of their zero COVID policy. We don't know how effective they have been because most of the population was segregated, confined, quarantined. Remember, the last wave of protests that started from Xinjiang essentially happened because the zero COVID policy did not allow even the ambulances to reach a building which was on fire, and there were people inside quarantined, and 10 of them died, in fact. So it seems the Chinese might learn at their own great expense. But of course, for us, the worry is that it should not spread outside of China, and that's something for which I think our administration, our government and health machinery should be putting under review all the guidelines that were done away with because of COVID, and perhaps at least so far as flights coming in from China is concerned, some kind of restrictions are in order.
Yes, Abhishek, thank you for the moment. And as Abhishek put it, the need of the hour is that India increases surveillance, and there is a screening which takes place at the airports of those coming from China. A short break coming up on the other side. It's a storm over insult politics in Parliament. Government demands apology. Kharge remains defiant. And days after Amravati hate killing, NIA exposes larger conspiracy, says Kohli murdered by radicals.
Chinese, Indian, Italian, all-rounder हम भी हैं।
और तुम्हारा किचन?
किचन
इस पे भी कभी बाउंसर आता है, कभी गूगली तो कभी यॉर्कर।
मतलब?
कभी स्टेन्स, कभी जर्म्स तो कभी पानी। आपके किचन और बाथरूम्स को चाहिए MYK लेटिक्रीट SP100 टाइल जॉइंट का ऑलराउंडर। MYK लेटिक्रीट SP100 जोड़ हो तो ऐसा।
Your favorite service provider, 10, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो।
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call DEN toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
India welcomes those who further India's pride across the globe. Indian diaspora, partners of New India's growth journey in Amrit Kaal. Come and be a part of the 17th Pravasi Bharati Divas from 8th to 10th January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. For registration, log on to pbdindia.gov.in.
अगर मिठाई जंक फूड से है यारी, तो डायबिटीज की कर लो तैयारी।
Get Beto's Diabetes Care Program with a free glucometer and expert advice. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Guys, just 1 second. Choosing a car for my mom.
What? Online car shopping? Wow, that's so cool, yeah.
शाहरुख ने बताया.
Wait up. Booking a car service.
From here.
क्यों? तुझे शाहरुख ने नहीं बताया?
इसने पूछा ही नहीं.
There's so much more जो शाहरुख ने नहीं बताया. It's all on the industry first My Hyundai app. Open a world of possibility with My Hyundai app. One app, many worlds.
बस. बॉल.
खट्टे मीठे घूंट कटक के ले तू दिल को ठूस. Just let loose. Limonata. Just let loose.
Thanks for tuning in this Tuesday afternoon. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Lots lined up for you with the next half an hour, starting with the top headlines. Vadra Congress at it again, insults Prime Minister, calls him a chooha this time.
लेकिन वो चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं है. बाहर तो शेर के जैसा बात करते हैं, लेकिन उनका जो चलना है वो सिर्फ आप देखेंगे तो चूहे के जैसा है.
Storm over insult politics in Parliament. Government defense apology. Kharge remains defiant.
नहीं क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो आम जन, जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है. वो हमने जो बात बोली उसे मैं कहा. जो इस तरह का समर्थन.
Sexist Vadra Congress leader Ajay Rai brazens it out now, asks why apologize.
तो राहुल गांधी जी के साथ पूरे मध्य प्रदेश में उनके साथ घूम रहा था, लेकिन मैं परासिया की जनता को बताना चाहता हूं कि परासिया विधानसभा में ओरिजिनल भारत जोड़ो से भी ज्यादा भीड़ है.
Cracks within the Grand Old Party are out in the open. Congress leader mocks Bharat Jodo Yatra. Days after Amravati hate killing, NIA exposes larger plot, says Kohli murdered by radicals. Actor Jacqueline Fernandez appears before court in 200 crore money laundering case. And straight up starting with Newsbreak coming in, this one in relation to Umesh Kohli murder case. In fact, the National Investigation Agency has filed a charge sheet against 11 accused in connection with the murder of Amravati-based pharmacist Umesh Kohli in June. In fact, the men have been booked on charges including murder under the Indian Penal Code and relevant sections of the UAP Act. In fact, reactions also coming in where Union Minister Ramdas Athavale has also called for action against the accused in this case. So sensational details coming in relation to the Tablighi, in fact, in relation to the charge sheet that has been filed by the NIA, which states that how the probe reveals that there was a criminal conspiracy that was hatched by the accused person and that the aim was to strike terror among the people. We have a reaction coming in from Ramdas Athavale where he's called for action against the accused. Let's listen into that reaction.
है कि ये तबलीगी जमात के लोग थे, तबलीगी जमात के लोग थे जिन्होंने प्लान्ड वे में मर्डर किया था और ये भय फैलाना चाहते थे, फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन को टारगेट करना चाहते थे उमेश कोहली के मर्डर में जिनका किया था, जो सर अलग किया था, जिनका बिहेडिंग हुआ था, जिनका कैसे देखते हैं आप इसे?
जो आप लोग जानते हैं कि मतलब मर्डर हुआ था सभी लोग, मैंने मैसेज डाला आपको समझना चाहिए जिस कारण से मतलब मर्डर हुआ ये बात अच्छी नहीं थी। उन्होंने किसी इनका सपोर्ट ले किया था, उनका मर्डर करना ये अच्छी बात नहीं थी और इसका पूरे देश ने निषेध किया।
जी, यही तबलीगी जमात के लोग थे सर जिनका मरकज़ में ऑफिस था निज़ामुद्दीन में दिल्ली में। तब लोग कह रहे थे कि इट इज़ अ बिनाइन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, लेकिन उनके मेंबर्स हैं जिन्होंने ये एक्शन किया था और ये भय फैलाना चाहते थे, फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन कर्व करना चाहते थे, ये एनआई कह रही है।
सर तबलीगी जमात इसका नाम इसमें सामने आया है, वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, उसमें आप क्या कहेंगे?
कोई भी हो, तबलीगी जमात हो या कोई भी हो, मर्डर तो हो चुका है और किसने तो मर्डर किया है। तबलीगी जमात हो या कोई भी जमात हो, जिन्होंने मतलब इसी तरह का मर्डर किया है उनको सजा मिलनी चाहिए, उनके ऊपर एक्शन होनी चाहिए।
And Sandeep joining us live, reporting on that story. Sandeep, to begin with, if you could bring out the brutality of the crime, how Umesh Kohli was hacked to death by two bike-borne assailants in January this year itself, and also the fact that the charge sheet reveals how there were radical groups involved in carrying out this murder.
So indeed, yes, as far as the synopsis of the charge sheet is concerned, we have accessed the charge sheet synopsis, and in fact, NIA clearly mentions that Umesh Kohli and one of the accused number 7, was present in a Black Freedom group, and in fact Umesh Kohli had shared a post in support of Nupur Sharma, following which the screenshot was in fact taken by accused number 7, and whose name is Yusuf Khan. In fact, he took a screenshot and circulated in several other groups. Now, what happens is several other people who were in fact associated to Yusuf, that is accused number 4, accused number 5, and accused number 7. Now, these people, in fact, discussed this issue on several WhatsApp groups, and hate was, in fact, circulated. Now, between this, what has happened in the past, there was one person named as Maulana Mushfiq Ahmed. He was associated to Tablighi Jamaat, and he had also, tried filing a complaint against Nupur Sharma, but the complaint was, in fact, not filed. Following which, they took a meeting on 19th of November. So on 19th, 19th of June, they took a meeting at Gosaya Hall in Amravati, and they planned to kill Umesh Kohli, and in fact the conspirator, the biggest conspirator is the one who stabbed Umesh Kohli. That is accused number 4. Now the Tablighi Jamaat Maulana preached them. He brainwashed these youths, that is what is being said, but they were the followers of Tablighi Jamaat, and they were fully brainwashed with the ideologies of Tablighi Jamaat. That is what it is written in the charge sheet. Apart from that, on 21st of June, when he was traveling on his scooter, 2 to 3 individuals came on the bike and stabbed his neck, following which Umesh Kohli was shifted to the nearby hospital. Later, he was in fact declared dead. So, a clear-cut conspiracy on Umesh Kohli's, murder has come out, and in fact, NIA is investigating this matter under UAPA. They had a fixed ideology, following which they also raised the slogan of Gustakhe Nabi ki ek hi saza, sar tan se juda, sar tan se juda. So this slogan was also in fact raised when they had a meeting on 19th of June, when they planned this murder, a brutal murder in fact, and for the same reason now investigation has revealed that these individuals were in fact involved. And in fact, UAPA charges were also pressed in this case.
Yes, Sandeep, stay with us. In fact, if you could highlight some of these more details mentioned in the chart sheet by the NIA. But before we go across to Sandeep again, we have Alisha also joining us. Alisha, if you can talk to us more about how these radicalized Islamists carried out the whole murder, and the very fact that this chart sheet mentions that the killers were very much influenced by Sar Tan Se Juda ideology. All right, we'll try and go across to Alisha again, but we have, before we go across to Sandeep, just to talk to our viewers more about what this chart sheet mentions, which states that radicalized Islamists murdered Umesh Kohli, and that they were very much influenced by Sar Tan Se Juda ideology. We have Vinod Bansal of the VHP also joining us. Sir, if I can get your first response. This chart sheet that has been filed by the NIA very clearly mentions that it was a radicalized Islamist group that carried out the murder, and that the killers were very much influenced by Sar Tan Se Juda ideology.
Definitely, it's not the new for the nation, and we have been repeatedly saying this thing since the beginning, that the radicalization of Islamic forces, radicalization by the Islamic forces of the youth of the country is at large scale being undertaken by the jihadist forces. The thing is that the way the Sar Tan Se Juda gang is beheading the innocent people of the country, that needs to be stopped immediately. The NIA's investigation has re-established the fact which we are crying for since years back, that these elements and they must be stopped for doing all those and killing those innocent people of the country. The thing is that the way they are going to behead and the way in thousands of numbers they gathered and shouted the slogan Sar Tan Se Juda. No one MP or any this secular brigade come out openly against them. This raises a question against all those the secular brigade of the country, including the some political parties who are directly or indirectly protecting and preserving those forces, and they are giving the cover fire to those jihadi elements.
Yes, and sir, that was the point that was mentioned by Ramdas Athavale as well, the union minister, who said that strong action must be taken against those involved in this murder. Alisha also joining us live, who's been working on the story. Alisha, if you can talk to us more about this charge sheet, which clearly mentions that the killers were radicalized members of the Tablighi Jamaat.
Well, Samisha, that is what's mentioned in the national investigation charge sheet that has been filed before special NI court. We know it's around 3,000 pages charge sheet that has been filed, and the several evidence has also been attached in the charge sheet. There are some of the pointers that I need to read out from the charge sheet that we have access, and which clearly mention that it is revealed that in the above mentioned FIR, the same ideology of some religiously radicalized person were flourishing with the slogans "Gustaki Nabi ki ek hi saza sar tan se juda," which struck a terror in the mind of people who stood for the free speech and the support of Nupur Sharma. Also, what has been mentioned in the revelation that has been also given of each of the accused that has been arrested in this entire case, clearly mentioned that investigation revealed that accused number 7, who was the mastermind behind the murder, turned out to be a dark house in the conspiracy. It intentionally roped in co-accused who never came in limelight to that conspiracy. So this is such a information that has been revealed in the charge sheet over the investigation that has been conducted by National Investigation Agency. Moreover, what has been mentioned, the each and every role of the accused, whether the plan that has been made to execute Umesh Kohli just because he was speaking something about and giving a support to Nupur Sharma and
all right, so Alisha, they're getting us details of the charge sheet that has been filed in this case. Alisha and Sandeep, thank you for the moments of this charge sheet that has been filed by the NI in this case, which mentions that how the killers were radicalized members of the Tablighi Jamaat. Union Minister Ramdas Athavale there calling for strict action against the accused in this case. But what's been clearly established in this charge sheet that has been filed by the NI is that the killers were highly radicalized. Now, even as the Vadra Congress has insulted, insult politics continues by the opposition, Congress President, in his latest remark, has called the Prime Minister mice. Let's listen into that derogatory remark that was made by Kharge. In fact, earlier today, while speaking in the Parliament, Kharge tried to brazen it out, refusing to apologize over his remarks.
बैठ के खेले, सब कुछ हुआ, लेकिन ये क्यों हो रहा फिर रोज? गलवान में हुआ, डोकलाम में हुआ, आज फिर ताइवान में हो रहा। ये सारी चीजें चल रही है, फिर भी अगर कोई पूछते हैं चर्चा करो तो चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार नहीं। मैं आज फिर सदन में ये उठाया था 11 बजे इधर आने से पहले। मैं कहा हम कुछ नहीं, सदन में जो बॉर्डर इश्यू है, चाइना आज जो आक्रमण कर रहा है, उसके बारे में हम चर्चा चाहते हैं, दूसरा कुछ नहीं। लेकिन वो चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं है। बाहर तो शेर के जैसा बात करते हैं, लेकिन उनका जो चलना है वो सिर्फ आप देखेंगे तो चूहे के जैसा है। हम कह रहे हैं उनको, भाई हम सदन में बात करना चाहते हैं, लोकसभा में, राज्यसभा में हम नोटिस देते हैं, नोटिस देने के बावजूद भी वो चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं। आज तो मुझे ताजुब लगा।
Now, there has been a storm over the same in the Parliament. While Union Minister Piyush Goyal has demanded an apology from the opposition, Kharge remains defiant, says he will say it again.
सर, मुझे लगता है नेता प्रतिपक्ष को शायद इतिहास बहुत ज्यादा याद नहीं है। उनको ये याद नहीं है कैसे कांग्रेस की वजह से जम्मू कश्मीर का क्या हालत है। उनको ये याद नहीं है कैसे आज भी भारत की करके रखी। उनको ये याद नहीं है उन्हीं के समय चाइना ने 38,000 किलोमीटर भारत की जमीन हड़प ली थी। ये भूल रहे हैं कैसे इन्होंने
बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर का अपमान किया, ये भूल उन्होंने किस प्रकार से सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को लोकल से लेकर कश्मीर में कर सके, ये श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का बलिदान भूल रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है इन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए और इनको कोई अधिकार नहीं है। जो आजादी के वक्त माफी मांगने वाले लोग और जो आजादी के लिए जो लड़े हैं उनको पूछ रहे हैं आप माफी मांगो। और दूसरी बात, वहां पर बात ऐसी आई कि देश को एकता रखने के लिए ये कांग्रेस पार्टी ये सब भारत तोड़ो यात्रा कर रही है, ऐसा क्रिटिसाइज उन्होंने किया। तब मैंने ये कहा भाई कांग्रेस पार्टी हमेशा देश को जोड़ने की बात करती है और इसके लिए सर एक मिनट सर, इसके लिए इंदिरा गांधी जी ने अपनी जान दी, राजीव गांधी जी ने अपना जान दिया। आप कौन लोग इस देश के एकता के लिए अपनी जान दिए?
So, Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge continues to brazen it out, saying that he will not apologize for the remarks that he's made against the Prime Minister. Reactions coming in from Prahlad Joshi and other BJP leaders. Let's listen.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष और लीडर ऑफ द अपोजिशन इन राज्यसभा कल राजस्थान में अलवर में जो भाषा प्रयोग किया है, अभद्र भाषा, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ से और पार्लियामेंट्री पार्टी अफेयर्स के मंत्री के नाते, पूरा पार्लियामेंट के नाते मैं घोर निंदा करता हूं। आई स्ट्रांगली कंडेम दिस। ये जो क्लेम कर रहे हैं कि जो स्वतंत्र आंदोलन में भाग लिए थे कांग्रेस वाले, ये सब कांग्रेस का लेगेसी है। बेसिकली दैट इटसेल्फ इज रॉन्ग, क्योंकि ये जो कांग्रेस था, स्वयं महात्मा गांधी जी ने कहा था ये कांग्रेस विसर्जन करो। अभी जो चला रहा है ये कांग्रेस ओरिजिनल कांग्रेस नहीं है। सुभाष चंद्र बोस जी को, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल, बाल गंगाधर तिलक, बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर, ऐसे लोगों के साथ यही कांग्रेस जो ओरिजिनल कांग्रेस थे उनके साथ कैसे व्यवहार किया ये सब जानते हैं।
And news break coming in from Punjab's Firozpur, where dramatic visuals are coming in of the farmers who are being lathi charged there by the police. So dramatic visuals there on your screens of the police resorting to lathi charge on the farmers who've been staging a protest outside a liquor factory in Firozabad. Firozpur is what we understand. In fact, these protests were being carried out outside a liquor factory in Firozpur, demanding to shut down the liquor factory. So those visuals there where you can see the farmers who've gathered in large numbers and the police there resorting to lathi charge on the farmers. We have Amandeep joining us for more details on that. Amandeep, what do we know so far? We can see those visuals in which the police is lathi charging on the farmers.
Well, Samiksha, this protest is basically against the liquor factory in Jhira, Firozpur district. And in fact, farmers are demanding to shut down this liquor factory just because it is actually damaging the agricultural land of the farmers. And that is leading to so many diseases in the agricultural land as well. And in fact, this protest is happening, say, 2 to 3 days before. And in fact, today there is a clash between the police as well as the farmers. And even the farmers are not ready to de-escalate and disperse from the protesting site, but the police agenda is very clear. They want and they are asking them to disperse from the site and clear the way to law and order situation. And in fact, that is the point of the clash. But the Save Kisan Morcha has also given the call to save the protesters and to continue the protest outside the liquor factory just because this is causing a severe damage to the agricultural lands of the farmers in the nearby areas. And no one from the side of the government is here to negotiate the talks with the farmers. It is only the police who is dealing with the farmers with their own way. And that is the reason the lathi charge has been reported in the area, and there is minus couple between the farmers as well as the police officials there. But there is a huge number of police deployment is there to maintain the law and order situation, and even the farmers are very much adamant. This is just nearby the national highway in Firozpur. The protest is happening, and in fact the farmers say they will not lift their protest till the time this liquor factory will not get shut down, just because this is a direct damaging the agricultural land of the farmers nearby the area, just because this liquor factory is putting their waste under the ground, which is actually polluting the water, number one, and damaging the agricultural land, number two. That is the reason the farmers who are owning the land nearby the areas, they are not able to earn their bread and butter through the agriculture. So that's why the Sanyukt Kisan Morcha and certain Kisan unions are continuously protesting at the site outside the liquor factory. And now the police is trying to apply the force to clear the protest from the site, to disperse these protests, and in fact later the talks will be negotiating. But the situation is very much tense, Samiksha, at the location, and even the farmers are very much adamant. They are not listening to anyone. Large number of farmers have been gathered, and massive number of force has also been deployed to maintain the law and order situation. Yes.
Amandeep, any word coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party as of now? Have they tried to allay the concerns of the farmers protesting?
Government is talking and negotiating the talks through the Deputy Commissioner of Firozpur, and in fact he is the one who is negotiating the talks and ensuring the farmers that the amicable solution will be done very soon. But farmers are not listening to any point. They are directly demanding that what can solution administration or the government can provide is, except the shutting down the factory, liquor factory, in fact, which is actually damaging the agricultural land of the farmers, just because they all are the small scale farmers owning the land less than 5 acres, and that land is getting damaged through this liquor factory. The water is getting polluted of the area, that is leading to the cancer among the people, and even the agriculture land is not very much fertile due to this liquor factory. This liquor factory is putting their waste inside the ground, which is reaching to the agriculture land, and later the productivity of that agriculture land is getting less fertile. That is the reason this protest is happening, and farmers are highlighting this issue several times before the government, and now they have reached to the conclusion that protest is the only solution to raise their voice against this liquor factory, and they want this liquor factory to shut down, and even so that at least the farmers can save their land. But no talks has been so far reached to any kind of conclusion. Deputy Commissioner made certain attempts by talking to the farmers, but nothing, solution has been done. No amicable solution so far has been reached to any kind of conclusion, and that is the reason this situation is escalating and intensifying at Zira's liquor factory, where farmers are also standing and staging the protest continuously. On the other side, the heavy police force has been deployed to lift this protest and to disperse the protest from the sites, but no one is getting back. Yes, Samiksha.
Yes, Amandeep, stay with us. So, law and order situation again gone for a toss in Punjab. The opposition, meanwhile, is training guns at the Maan-led government in the state of Punjab. A reaction coming in from the BJP. Let's listen in.
Virodhi Sarkar and party has come out once again. Today in Firozpur in Punjab, the Aam Aadmi Party government, instead of listening to the farmers who are protesting for the shutting down of a liquor plant, those who love liquor plants and who love Sharab Mafia are now beating up and getting the Kisans and the farmers beaten up by their cops. This is not the first time that the cops are using force against the Kisan. When they were protesting outside the house of Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann in Sangrur for their basic rights, that time too they were lathi charge, and therefore this is a lathi charge ki sarkar, aap ki lathi charge wali sarkar. Sometimes they beat up farmers for demanding basic rights, sometimes in defense of the Sharab Mafia and liquor mafia they go and beat up farmers, and this is the true face of the Aam Aadmi Party. CM Bhagwant Mann is not the Chief Minister of Punjab, he is the campaigning minister. He's always busy in campaigning, and the real Chief Minister or the real power is with Arvind Kejriwal, who uses the police to strike blows at the farmers of Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party's true face.
Alright, so the Aam Aadmi Party, they're facing massive backlash over the situation unfolding in Punjab. Those visuals coming in this hour of the Punjab police lathi charging on these farmers who are demanding nothing less than shutdown of the liquor factory in Firozpur. We slip into a very short break for now, but news breaks to continue. But before we take that break, let's cut across to those visuals coming in right now of actor Jacqueline Fernandez in the court. This is in relation to the 200 crore money laundering case. We'll go across to Piyush as well, who's there at the court getting us those updates by the minute. But the first visuals coming in right now of Sukesh Chandrasekhar and actor Jacqueline coming out of the Patiala House Court after that hearing happened in relation to the money laundering case. Of course, Jacqueline there, who's been named as an accused in the ED charge sheet that has been filed in the money laundering case. All right, these visuals in which we can see Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who's just coming out from the Patiala House Court after that hearing in the 200 crore scam, which also includes several of these actors, including actor Jacqueline Fernandez and actor Noora Fateh. Just a short while back, Jacqueline Fernandez was also seen coming out of the Patiala House Court, and these visuals there of Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who's just coming out after the hearing in the Patiala House Court in relation to the case. In fact, remember, both actor Jacqueline and Sukesh are accused in the 200 crore money laundering case. Jacqueline has also filed a plea to go abroad to Bahrain. In fact, what we're given to understand is that Jacqueline Fernandez has sought permission to go abroad from between 23rd of December till 5th of January. We also given to understand that the court will hear this application at 12:30 p.m. In the next on 22nd of December. So the court will be hearing the matter next on 26th or on the 22nd of December, as actor Jacqueline Fernandez has sought a permission to go abroad between December 23rd till the 5th of January. A very short break, but news breaks to continue on the other side of this very short break. Sexist Vadra Congress leader Ajay Rai brazens it out now, asks why to apologize.
बैंगन भरते का सारा सामान ऑर्डर कर दिया, बैंगन ही ऑर्डर करना भूल गया।
बैंगन भी ऑर्डर कर दूं?
सिर्फ एक बैंगन देने कौन आएगा?
जियो मार्ट सिर्फ एक आइटम भी फ्री डिलीवर करता है।
छोटा या बहुत छोटा, जियो मार्ट करता है हर ऑर्डर फ्री होम डिलीवर। जियो मार्ट, हर घर का मार्ट।
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो, एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए।
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया, अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
Invest once and enjoy guaranteed maturity with life cover with LIC's Dhan Varsha, a single premium plan for your family's security and prosperity.
Right now I am standing in one of the eviction sites at Santigram Bazaar, and you can see they have evicted the illegal establishments which were built here. They have also evicted 72 houses were there. Within 8 hours, over 1,000 bighas of land have been made encroachment free by the administration of Nagaon district.
चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं है। बाहर तो शेर के जैसा बात करते हैं, लेकिन उनका जो चलना है वो सिर्फ आप देखेंगे तो चूहे के जैसा है।
Top headlines at 1:30. Vadra Congress at it again. Insults Prime Minister, calls him a chooha this time.
जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने अभद्र भाषा का प्रयोग किया, जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने पूरी तरीके से बेबुनियाद बातें रखी, असत्य को देश के सामने रखने की कोशिश की, मैं उसकी घोर निंदा करता हूं और उनसे माफी की मांग करता हूं।
Storm over insult politics in Parliament. Government demands apology. Kharge remains defiant.
नहीं, क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो आम जन, जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है। वो हमने जो बात बोली उससे मैं कायम हूं। जो इस तरह का समर्थन
Sexist Vadra Congress leader Ajay Rai brazens it out now, asks why apologize. Days after Amravati hate killing, NIA exposes larger conspiracy, says Kohli murdered by radicals. Actor Jacqueline Fernandez appears before court in 200 crore money laundering case. Complete chaos ensues in China. Government relaxes restrictions, tackles massive surge in cases. Starting with the news break coming in from Maharashtra in relation to the Umesh Kohli murder case, where NIA has filed its charge sheet against 11 accused in connection with the murder of Amravati waste-based pharmacist Umesh Kohli in June. We understand that the accused have been booked on charges including murder under the Indian Penal Code and relevant sections of the UAPA Act. In fact, the charge sheet that has been filed by the NIA reveals that how the radicalized Islamist murdered Umesh Kohli and that the accused were very much influenced by Sar Tanse Juda ideology. In fact, we are also given to understand that the killers were radicalized members of Tablighi Jamaat. A reaction coming in from Union Minister Ramdas Athavale, who's called for action against the accused. Listen in.
न्याय की जो जांच है सही मायने में सही दिशा में चल रही है और जिस तरह में उमेश कोहली की हत्या हुई उसी समय हमने बार बार कहा कि ये हत्या है और अमरावती शहर में दहशत का वातावरण चल रहा था, जिसमें अमरावती के अंदर कई जनों फोन आ रहे थे, धमकियां आ रही थी। जब नुपुर शर्मा के मैटर में उमेश कोहली ने समर्थन किया, उस समय उनको सपोर्ट किया, उस समय भी उमेश कोहली जी को कई धमकी आई, पर वहाँ की पुलिस आरती सिंह ने कोई गंभीरता ली नहीं और उसके बाद उनकी जब भर चौक में हत्या की गई, उस समय में पूरी दहशत फैलाने का काम विशिष्ट लोगों ने किया, हिंदुत्व के विचारों को लोगों को दबाने की कोशिश की। उसके बाद उन्होंने मुख्यमंत्री के कहने पे, वहाँ के सीपी ने उद्धव ठाकरे जी के कहने पे वो प्रकरण को रॉबरी के दिशा में कन्वर्ट किया। 1 महीना तक वहाँ की सीपी आरती सिंह रॉबरी की दिशा में कन्वर्ट करते हुए तपास कर रही थी। उसके बाद वहाँ की सांसद नवनीत राणा, अमित शाह जी जो देश के गृह मंत्री, उनको मिले और उनको मांग की कि एनआईए के माध्यम से इसकी चौकसी होना चाहिए। जब देश के गृह मंत्री ने उसकी दखल ली, एनआईए की टीम भेजी, अभी तक उसका पूरा तपास चला और एनआईए ने कल जो आरोप पत्र दाखिल किया उसमें साफ हुआ है कि नुपुर
All right, cutting across to these visuals coming in of actor Jacqueline Fernandez, who's seen leaving the Patiala House Court after that hearing took place at the Patiala House Court. In fact, we're given to understand that actor Jacqueline has filed a plea to go abroad between 23rd of December till 5th of January. The court is set to hear this application at 12:30 p.m. on 22nd of December. So Jacqueline Fernandez there having filed a plea seeking a permission to go abroad. Remember, she's been charge-sheeted in the 200 crore scam by the Enforcement Directorate. While she's currently barred from leaving the country, she's filed a fresh plea in the court seeking to travel outside between 23rd of December till the 5th of January. Now, this is in relation. The court, beg your pardon, is set to hear this application filed by actor Jacqueline Fernandez at 12:30 p.m. on 22nd of December. All right, Deepthi also joining us from the Delhi newsroom to take us through all the news breaks coming in this hour. Deepthi.
Yes, Samiksha, thank you. We are looking at these two images on our screens. The one on the left is the moment where Jacqueline Fernandez was spotted in court. She, remember, there is in the court complex as we speak. On the right is Sukesh Chandrasekhar, also in the court. So it's an important day, Republic tracking both facets of that story. And we'll try and see if we can get our colleagues reporting live for us. I'm told Sandeep is also joining us and he has more insight into what is happening right now. Sandeep, where about you at this point in time? Okay, I think we'll just get Sandeep back with us. But initial information now telling us that Jacqueline in court, in fact, has asked for permission to travel abroad and she has just left the court, is also what we are given to understand. What really has the court said? Has she been granted that permission or not? We still await details on that. But Jacqueline Fernandez did appear in the court in Delhi. And you're also looking at these images on the right of your screens. This is the moment where Sukesh Chandrasekhar was also produced in the court. Piyush also joining us live. Piyush, where about you at this point in time? And what can you tell us or what happened in the court? Piyush, can you hear us?
Chandrasekhar, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go on, please. Yes, go on, please.
Oh, yeah. Yes, so there were three major developments today which occurred at Patiala House Court. The first major development was that we saw Chandrasekhar and Jacqueline Fernandez, both who are being made as the co-accused in the 200 crore extortion case, were present at the court. So this was a
Okay, I think we just have some trouble with that line with Piyush, but he's telling us more of what really happened in court. And on the other side, remember, Sukesh Chandrasekhar has also made a big claim where he says that he gave 60 crore rupees to the Aam Aadmi Party. Not the very first claim that has been made by him. You would recall a number of letters earlier that he had put out actually did indicate that there was some kind of a money transaction. Though remember, again, as I said, the veracity of those allegations is still to be substantiated. We'll keep tracking that story and much more. For the moment, I quickly thank Piyush also. And Republic has also tried to confront Sukesh when he was produced earlier in the court. I'm told we will have a sequence up any moment now. And he has given on the Aam Aadmi Party, he has actually said that he's given everything in writing. Let's try and listen in to what he said.
सुकेश होम मिनिस्ट्री में रोल तुम क्या देंगे क्या कुछ कहा है बस हो गया
against this. Please speak on anyone against.
चलो
60 crores.
भाई साहब पीछे से देख लो
इनको पहले जाने दो चलो जब जा
मेरे भाई चले
ठीक है चले
मेरा भाई आजा चल मेरी बात आओ इधर आओ बस सुकेश होम मिनिस्ट्री में रोल तुम क्या देंगे क्या कुछ कहा है
So not much that can be heard in that entire sequence, but all that he says is that he's given about 60 crore to the Aam Aadmi Party. He said, I've already given that also in writing. And this is the entire sequence captured on Republic cameras when earlier he was produced in the court.
आज की युवा पीढ़ी वो परचम स्वतंत्र भारत में लहराएगा। अमृत काल की ये अमृत जेनरेशन किस बुलंद नींव पर 100 वर्ष आजादी के मनाएगा। आज उसी बुलंद नींव के कुछ उदाहरण आपके सम्मुख प्रस्तुत करना चाहती हूं। भारत विश्व में 3rd लार्जेस्ट इकोसिस्टम रखता है स्टार्टअप का। 650 से ज्यादा जिलों में 80,000 से ज्यादा स्टार्टअप्स, 100 से ज्यादा यूनिकॉर्न्स, जिनकी टोटल वैल्यू $330 बिलियन से भी ज्यादा है।
जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने अभद्र भाषा का प्रयोग किया, जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने पूरी तरीके से बेबुनियाद बातें रखी, असत्य को देश के सामने रखने की कोशिश की, मैं उसकी घोर निंदा करता हूं और उनसे माफी की मांग करता हूं।
So we've seen a huge storm over the insult politics in the Parliament, government demanding an apology, and Mallikarjun Kharge of the Congress remains defiant.
Your favorite service provider, 10, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो।
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call DEN toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
India welcomes those who further India's pride across the globe. Indian diaspora, partners of New India's growth journey in Amrit Kaal. Come and be a part of the 17th Pravasi Bharati Divas from 8th to 10th January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. For registration, log on to pbdindia.gov.in.
क्या हुआ चैंपियन?
दिन रात प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ती है। यहाँ तो रात को स्टेडियम ही बंद हो जाता है।
एक काम करो ना, चेन छोड़ छोड़ के लगाना।
पापा?
अब करो दिन रात प्रैक्टिस। चैंपियन।
एक्स्ट्रा सेफ पॉलीकैब ग्रीन वायर आपके सपनों को रखे सेफ।
उठो, जागो, दौड़ो तुम। डायबिटीज को रोको तुम।
Get Beto's Diabetes Care Program with a free glucometer and expert advice. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
Welcome back. You're with us here on Republic. We are putting our focus on this news that's coming in from Punjab, where the police had to lathi charge protesting farmers. This happened in Firozpur's Zira district. Here the farmers have staged a protest outside a liquor factory. Those images up on your screens. They are demanding to shut down this particular liquor factory. And you've seen that huge confrontation brewing up, after which the police resorted to lathi charge on these protesting farmers. Let's quickly get an Amandeep who has more details of what really has happened. Amandeep, are you close to that very spot? What have you seen? What can you tell us of the situation right now?
Well, Ricky, the situation is very much tense just because the Kisan Union, Civic Kisan Morcha, has given the call to protest against the liquor factory, which is damaging the agricultural land of the farmers. And in fact, a heavy deployment of the police is also asking them to disperse the protest, but that is not happening just because the large number of Kisan Union workers have reached at the spot, and there is scuffle has also been reported among the police as well as the farmers, just because they are very much adamant, just because this protest was happening from past 2-3 days, and even this protest is all against that liquor factory in Jira. And they wanted this liquor factory to be shut down, this plant to be shut down, just because the waste the liquor factory was putting under the ground, that is reaching to the agriculture land, and that is polluting water, number one, and also damaging the agriculture land. It is reducing the fertileness of the agriculture land, that is directly impacting to the farmers. And this protest is escalated. No one from the government has reached to any kind of talks with the farmers, and even the Deputy Commissioner of Firozpur is trying to negotiate the talks, but that is not reaching to any kind of conclusion. And police is trying to maintain the law and order situation as per they have been directed and ordered from the side of the government. They put the barricades and trying to block the farmers. That is not happening. Farmers have lifted all the barricades. They have reached to the agriculture land as well. They have reached to the factory gate as well. And large number of Kisan unions have also been gathered at the spot and continuing the protest. So situation is actually very tense in Firozpur, and even the police is trying to control and trying to manage the situation. But something is going out of the hand, and even the government is not paying so much concern about this demand of the farmers that were raising from past 2-3 days. And same situation and similar situation is sustaining on the ground. And even more and more Kisan unions are participating into this protest, and in fact they have also announced that there would be a Pakka Morcha. That means a permanent protest will be launched till the time the liquor plant should be shut down. So this is the situation on the ground. Yes, Jhatke.
But clearly, I don't think that has really worked for the farmers, considering these very dramatic images, Amandeep, that we are looking at on our screens. These farmers who've been protesting for the last 147 days have been lathi charged, and the use of force actually has got them really angry. We'll be tracking that story, Amandeep. For the moment, I thank you for getting us the latest on that.
As the forces intensify crackdown on terror, forces launched a search operation in Manjmarg area of Zainapura in Shopian district in Jammu and Kashmir, and the operation soon turned into an encounter. After an exchange of fire between the security forces and the Lashkar terrorists, all the 3 terrorists were gunned down. Among the 3 neutralized local terrorists, 2 have been identified as Latif Lone of Shopian, involved in killing of a Kashmiri Pandit Purana Krishna Bhatt, and the second terrorist has been identified as Omer Nazir of Anantnag. He was involved in killing of Til Bahadur Thapa of Nepal. This was second such search operation in the district after December 7th, when security forces launched a cordon and search operation in the Wato area of Shopian. Our forces are going all out to wipe out terror from the valley. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
We're heading into a break right now. When we come back, Congress is at it again, insulting the Prime Minister. and the BJP has hit back.
बस बॉल
खट्टे मीठे घूंट कटक के ले तू दिल को ठूस just let loose limonata just let loose
भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था में $1 ट्रिलियन का योगदान और देश की अर्थव्यवस्था में ग्रोथ इंजन के रूप में अपनी भूमिका का निर्वहन करने के हेतु प्रदेश सरकार यूपी ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर्स समिट 2023 का आयोजन कर रही है। आर्थिक विकास में तेज रफ्तार से आगे बढ़ रहे उत्तर प्रदेश में इस समिट के माध्यम से योगी सरकार ने 10 लाख करोड़ रुपए के निवेश का लक्ष्य रखा है।
अरे आप इतनी दूर हमारे लिए?
आपकी मेहनत कहां से कहां पहुंच रही है। मैं आपके एक साइन के लिए यहाँ नहीं आ सकता? हो गया आपका अकाउंट ओपन।
हर बंद राह ओपन हो सकती है, लगता है सिर्फ दिल।
धन्यवाद।
एक्सिस बैंक, दिल से ओपन।
झाके रे झाके झरोके से झाके देख के दंग है छोटे बड़े सारे झाके रे झाके फ्यूचर को ये ताके तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके झाके रे झाके
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
And breaking news is just coming in. We are learning that the NCW has now sent a notice to the Congress leader Ajay Rai for calling for the kind of remarks, remember, he had made against the Union Minister Smriti Irani. In fact, he has been asked to appear before the NCW on the 28th of this month. Will he do that? We do not know. But earlier in the day, remember, Republic has confronted this Congress leader and he is still not willing to apologize for his comments. In fact, he continues to brazen that out. We'll have Samiksha with us, who has a copy of that NCW notice, also that has been accessed by Republic. That makes it very clear that Ajay Rai now needs to appear before the agency on the 28th of this month. Like I said, this is a comment completely distasteful. It's a crass and a misogynist comment that has been made by Ajay Rai. He's the Congress leader that you see on the right of your screens right now. The NCW says that the National Commission for Women has come across several media reports on a controversial remark made by Congress leader Ajay Rai against the Honourable Union Minister. The Commission, it says, has taken cognizance of the misogynist remark made by Mr. Rai. The remarks made, the NCW notice says, are outrageous and extremely derogatory, and the Commission strongly condemns such statements. It goes on to say that the Commission has scheduled a hearing on the matter and sent a notice to Mr. Rai to appear before it on the 28th of this month at 12 noon. So that is what the NCW notice says. We'll try and put out a copy also of that notice on your screens when we come back after this very quick break, and we'll continue to track that story. There has been a huge storm over insult politics in the Parliament. The government demands an apology, but the Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge continues to be defiant.
Mr. Blanc, you're the world's greatest detective, right?
In your words, there has been a murder. The killer wouldn't hesitate to kill again if it covers their tracks.
Wow!
Well, I'm out of here.
Yeah, me too.
Lock the doors. Stay in your rooms. Everyone is in danger.
Are you calling me dangerous?
Well, we'll see.
Hey, boss.
Rahul, how come you're here?
Boss, शाहरुख ने बताया.
Charging station for my electric car. Ah, found it. Really? How? Shahrukh ne bataya.
There's so much more जो शाहरुख ने नहीं बताया. It's all on the industry first My Hyundai app. Open a world of possibility with My Hyundai app. One app, many worlds.
Just yesterday, Munmun handed a phone to a random person to get her DP clicked. For the 5th time this year. And her phone got stolen again. But Munmun's over the moon. Because JioMart's grand finale sale is offering up to 80% off on everything. So no matter how your year's been, the ending will be smashing.
अगर मिठाई जंक फूड से है यारी, तो डायबिटीज की कर लो तैयारी.
Get Beto's Diabetes Care Program with a free glucometer and expert advice. Give a missed call on 740 1100.
Thanks for tuning in this Tuesday afternoon. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Over the next half an hour, we'll get you all the top stories. First up, starting with the top headlines.
वो चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं है. बाहर तो शेर के जैसा बात करते हैं, लेकिन उनका जो चलना है वो सिर्फ आप देखेंगे तो चूहे के जैसा है.
Vadra Congress at it again, insults Prime Minister, calls him a chuha this time.
प्लीज. जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने अभद्र भाषा का प्रयोग किया, जिस प्रकार से खड़गे जी ने पूरी तरीके से बेबुनियाद बातें रखी, असत्य को देश के सामने रखने की कोशिश की, मैं उसकी घोर निंदा करता हूं और उनसे माफी की मांग करता हूं.
मोदी जी.
Storm over insult politics in Parliament. Government demands apology. Kharge remains defiant.
नहीं, क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो आम जन, जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है. वो हमने जो बात बोली उसमें कहा है.
Sexist Vadra Congress leader Ajay Rai brazens it out now, asks why to apologize. Days after Amravati hate killing, NIA exposes larger conspiracy, says Kohli murdered by radicals. Actor Jacqueline Fernandez appears before court in 200 crore money laundering case. Complete chaos ensues in China. Government relaxes restrictions, tackles massive surge in cases. Starting with a top focus, the Amravati hate killing. Now the NIA in its chart sheet has clearly stated that how the accused were highly radicalized. In fact, the killers of Umesh Kohli were from the Tablighi Jamaat. So the role of the Tablighi Jamaat there getting clearer with the NI in its charge sheet, making it very clear that how the killers were very much radicalized. Not just this, the NI also mentions in its charge sheet that the accused belonged to the Tablighi Jamaat and that there was a bigger plot at play. They even attended a party right after Umesh Kohli was hacked to death. We have independent MP from Amravati, Navneet Rana, joining us this afternoon. Ma'am, good afternoon. First response from you in relation to the NI charge sheet, which clearly mentions that the killers were from the Tablighi Jamaat. ऑल राइट, नवनीत राणा जी, आपका फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्स क्या रहेगा? एनआई चार्जशीट जो फाइल हुई है उसमें क्लियरली मेंशन है जो अक्यूज है वो एक रेडिकलाइज ग्रुप को बिलोंग करते हैं, वो बहुत रेडिकलाइज थे और तबलीगी जमात से वो बिलोंग करते हैं. क्या एक्शन होना चाहिए, आपको क्या लगता है तबलीगी जमात की अगर हम बात करें तो?
जी, मैं इतना ही बोलना चाहूँगी कि जब हमने ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन की डिमांड की थी, जब ये इंसिडेंट हमारे अमरावती में हुआ, उदयपुर के इंसिडेंट के पहले ये इंसिडेंट अमरावती में होता है, पर अमरावती की महाविकास अघाड़ी और यहाँ की जो कमिश्नर ऑफ पुलिस अमरावती थी, उन्होंने ये पूरे इंसिडेंट को एक भटकाने का दूसरा मार्ग दिखाकर इसे रॉबरी बताई थी. 3-4 दिन तक लोगों को गुमराह किया कि ये रॉबरी का केस है और इस तरीके से इसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रही है. पर जब उदयपुर का इंसिडेंट बाहर आया और जब सब चीजें बाहर आई कि बिकॉज ऑफ नुपुर शर्मा के सपोर्ट में ही हैज वायरल सम मैसेजेस, तब जाके इनके साथ में ऐसा इंसिडेंट उदयपुर में हुआ है. तो वही इंसिडेंट को रिलेट करते जब उनके फैमिली से मैंने बात की कि ऐसी किसी की दुश्मनी थी क्या, ऐसा कोई व्यक्ति था जिसके ऊपर उन्हें डाउट है कि ऐसा कोई मर्डर कर सकता है. उन्होंने कहा नहीं, बहुत सिंपल से व्यक्ति थे, मेडिकल, उनके शॉप से घर, घर से दुकान, बस इतना ही काम वो करते थे. जब ये सब चीजों पे मेरी बात हुई, देन आई स्पोक टू द डिपार्टमेंट आल्सो. आई सेड व्हाट इन्वेस्टिगेशन यू आर एक्चुअली डूइंग इट. सो दे आर सेइंग मैडम वी हैव अ डाउट कि दिस इज अ रॉबरी इंसिडेंट बिकॉज दे हैड अ शॉप. इनकी कहीं दुकान थी मेडिकल की, तो उसी रिलेटेड कुछ पैसों के व्यवहारों के कारण ये शायद हो सकता है. इसके लिए मैंने पार्लियामेंट में रेज किया, पार्लियामेंट के बाद एनआईए को डिमांड किया, रिक्वेस्ट की और गृह मंत्री जी को भी इसका मैंने पत्र देकर उनसे भी विनती की कि इसकी जांच महाविकास अघाड़ी के अंतर्गत नहीं होनी चाहिए बिकॉज ये अपना मार्ग भटका रहे हैं और जो इंसिडेंट हुआ है उस पर फोकस ना करते हुए गलत अलग चीजों पे फोकस कर रहे हैं. तो जब हमने डिमांड की तो गृह मंत्री जी ने एनआईए को कह के नेशनल जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन हमारी है उसे अलर्ट किया. अलर्ट करने के बाद विद इन अ मंथ 1 by 1 ऑल दी जिन्होंने भी क्राइम किया, एक्यूज्ड उनके हाथ लगे. और आज फाइनली जब चार्जशीट दाखिल होती है तो चार्जशीट में स्पष्ट क्लियर दे हैव मेंशन कि क्या इंसिडेंट हुआ और किसके द्वारा ये सब चीजें की गई हैं. कोई भी रहता हो इस देश में, मुझे लगता है हर व्यक्ति इस देश में रहने वाला वो हिंदुस्तान की माटी से जुड़ा है. तो मैं सभी को इतनी विनती करूंगी कि हिंदुस्तान में अगर आप रहते हैं तो इंटेलिजेंसी कोई भी इंटेलिजेंस इस पे काम कर रही है जो इन लोगों का ब्रेन वॉश करके ऐसे इंसिडेंट को अंजाम देती है. तो मेरी तो यही डिमांड आज रहेगी कि ऐसे इंसिडेंट करने वालों को पहले तो जो एक्यूज बनकर डिपार्टमेंट के पास अभी कस्टडी में है, उनके साथ इतना एंड तक उनको सजा मिलनी चाहिए जिससे कोई भी अपने सपने में भी ऐसा क्राइम करने के लिए सोच ना पाए. क्योंकि ये इंसिडेंट होने के पहले भी हमारे कई लोगों को अमरावती में, बड़े नामचीन लोगों को, शॉप्स वालों को, डॉक्टर्स को, सभी को फोन आके थ्रेट किया गया, अगर कोई भी ये मैसेज अगर वायरल करता है तो उसकी जान हम लेंगे जरूर. इस तरीके का फोन जब किया गया उसके बाद ये इंसिडेंट हुआ. तो मुझे लगता है कि कोई भी इंटेलिजेंसी अगर काम करती है ऐसे अपने हिंदुस्तान के लोगों को अलग मार्ग दिखाने के लिए, तो मुझे लगता है वो उन लोगों को भी पकड़ना बहुत जरूरी है. और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट, इनके इतने फंड इन तक पहुंचते कैसे हैं? अगर ये फंड का यूज करके इन्हें मार्ग भटकाते हैं या ब्रेन वॉश करते हैं या इन्हें पैसे वाइज इन्हें मदद करते हैं, तो ये सब चीजें आती कैसी हैं, पहुंचती कैसी है इन तक, और इन्हें इम्प्लीमेशन कौन करता है उस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में या उस जगह पे, वो टीम का भी पकड़ा होना बहुत जरूरी है.
जी, आपको लगता है कि महाअघाड़ी सरकार जब थी एक अटेम्प्ट था सच्चाई को छुपाने के लिए, और अगर हम इस सेशन की बात करें पार्लियामेंट में, आपको लगता है ऑपोजिशन ये इशू रेस करना चाहिए और क्वेश्चंस पूछने चाहिए महाविकास अघाड़ी लीडर्स से?
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, the Mahavikas, the way they have worked in Maharashtra from last 2.5 years when they were there in the power. So उन्होंने जो भी काम किया है वो it is all in the favor of some few people, few religion. और हम जो काम करते हैं वो सर्व सामान्य लोगों के लिए करते हैं, उनके हक के लिए करते हैं. पर आज जब ये सरकार यहाँ पर फॉर्म हुई है, क्योंकि उनकी महाविकास अघाड़ी जब थी तब महाराष्ट्र में हिंदू मुस्लिम राइट्स उनके रहते हुए हैं, ऐसे जो प्रकरण हुए हैं, क्राइम्स हुए हैं, वो उनके ही रहते हुए हैं. बिकॉज वो थे तभी ये सब चीजों को बढ़ावा दिया गया, और क्राइम होने के बाद उसको ढाकने का काम, उसको झांकने का काम महाविकास अघाड़ी ने हमेशा किया है. डेफिनेटली अब जब केंद्र की एजेंसी ने काम किया है तो सब चीजें स्पष्ट हो गई हैं कि महाविकास अघाड़ी रहते ये रॉबरी का केस था, और सेंटर जब जांच करती है तो उस परिवार को न्याय देने के लिए उन्होंने जांच की है. तो मुझे लगता है इससे बहुत बड़ा एक सीख बाकी लोगों को देश में मिलेगा कि सरकारें किसी की भी हो, कोई भी सरकार अपनी पावर में हो, पर लोगों के हित में उन्होंने आवाज उठानी चाहिए, लोगों के हित में उन्होंने काम करना चाहिए. जो महाविकास अघाड़ी महाराष्ट्र में पूरे 2.5 सालों में सिर्फ राजनीतिक, पॉलिटिकल और अपने वोटर्स को आकर्षित करने का काम उन्होंने पूरे 2.5 साल में किया. पर हम जैसे लोग जब तक हैं लोगों के बीच में, तो लोगों के हित के लिए, उनके परिवार को न्याय मिलने के लिए काम करेंगे.
तो आप बोल रहे हैं एक अपीजमेंट पॉलिटिक्स जो महाविकास अघाड़ी ने प्ले करी है, स्पेशली अगर हम इस केस की बात करें, क्या ऑपोजिशन, क्या आप ये इशू को रेज करेंगे पार्लियामेंट में?
मैंने ऑलरेडी इस सब्जेक्ट को पकड़ के ऑलरेडी पार्लियामेंट में जब ये इंसिडेंट हुआ था, जब गवर्नमेंट महाविकास अघाड़ी इस पे सही दिशा पे काम नहीं कर रही थी, तब भी मैंने रेज किया था. अगर इसके रिलेटेड और भी कुछ सब्जेक्ट ऐसा होंगे जो इम्पोर्टेंट होगा कि पार्लियामेंट में इसे रेज करना चाहिए, वो भी जरूर रेज करूंगी. पर मेरी इतनी रिक्वेस्ट हमारी सरकार से, केंद्र सरकार से ये जरूर रहेगी, ऐसे एक्यूज करने वाले ऐसे लोगों को जो क्रिमिनल्स हैं, किसी इंटेलिजेंस के थ्रू काम कर रहे हैं, इस इंटेलिजेंस का पता चलना चाहिए, जो इन्हें फंड डिस्ट्रिक्ट तक पहुंचाते हैं और गली गलियों तक पहुंचाते हैं और इन्हें क्राइम करने का मोटिवेशन करते हैं. मुझे लगता है वो टीम को, रैकेट को पकड़ना अब बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि ये चीजें हमारे देश में नहीं होनी चाहिए. अगर हो रही है तो उस पर कंट्रोल लाना बहुत जरूरी है.
और अगर हम तबलीगी जमात की बात करें, क्योंकि जो चार्जशीट जो फाइल हुई है इस केस में क्लियरली मेंशन है कि जो ग्रुप थे, जो अक्यूज थे इस केस में, वो तबलीगी जमात को बिलोंग करते हैं. आपको लगता है उस तबलीगी जमात के खिलाफ भी कोई एक्शन लेना चाहिए?
जो भी जमात, कोई भी रिलीजन, कोई भी रैकेट, कोई भी टीम, कोई भी टेररिस्ट अगर इस तरीके से हिंदुस्तान में ये दिशा पे अगर काम कर रहा है, तो वो कोई भी, उस पे उतनी ही कड़क कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए. ये पहले से देश में जो भी व्यक्ति रहते हैं, जो भी नागरिक हैं, उनकी ये डिमांड है. हिंदुस्तान को, हिंदुस्तान के लोगों पे ठेस नहीं लगनी चाहिए, और अगर ऐसी कोई जमात काम करती है तो उस पे जरूर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए.
जी, so Navneet Rana there, the independent MP speaking to us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking to us. So Navneet Rana there, they saying that action must be taken, initiated, the strongest action that must be initiated against the accused in this case. Remember, the NIA having filed the charge sheet in this case has clearly stated that how the killers were highly radicalized. They belong to the Tablighi Jamaat group. Not just that, the NIA in its charge sheet has also clearly mentioned that the accused also were, in fact, they did a recce just a day after that brutal murder was carried out in Amravati. Now shifting focus to the other big story that we've been tracking since early morning. The Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge, in fact, yesterday made those derogatory remarks against the Prime Minister. He called the Prime Minister a mice. Not just this, today while he was speaking in the Parliament, he made it very clear, he remains defiant and said that he will not apologize. Now this even as union ministers, including the likes of Piyush Goyal and even Kiran Rijiju for that matter, demanded an apology from the opposition. In fact, let's listen in first to those remarks that were made by Mallikarjun Kharge just yesterday.
मोदी जी और चाइना के प्राइम मिनिस्टर मिले, झूले में बैठ के खेले, सब कुछ हुआ, लेकिन ये क्यों हो रहा फिर रोज? गलवान में हुआ, डोकलाम में हुआ, आज फिर ताइवान में हो रहा। ये सारी चीजें चल रही, फिर भी अगर कोई पूछते हैं चर्चा करो तो चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार नहीं। मैं आज फिर सदन में ये उठाया था 11 बजे इधर आने से पहले। मैं कहा हम कुछ नहीं, सदन में जो बॉर्डर इश्यू है, चाइना आज जो आक्रमण कर रहा है, उसके बारे में हम चर्चा चाहते हैं, दूसरा कुछ नहीं। लेकिन वो चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं है। बाहर तो शेर के जैसा बात करते हैं, लेकिन उनका जो चलना है वो सिर्फ आप देखेंगे तो चूहे के जैसा है। हम कह रहे हैं उनको, भाई हम सदन में बात करना चाहते हैं, लोकसभा में, राज्यसभा में हम नोटिस देते हैं, नोटिस देने के बावजूद भी वो चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं। आज तो मुझे ताजुब लगा।
As you just heard, those were the remarks that were made by the Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge against the Prime Minister. Remember, this is not the first time that Kharge has used such words against the Prime Minister of the country. In fact, in the month of November itself, Kharge used words. In fact, he likened the Prime Minister to Ravan, also said that Prime Minister is a sympathy seeker. And just yesterday, Kharge said that, in fact, he called the Prime Minister of the country a mice. On that note, let's listen into that reaction coming in from Union Minister Piyush Goyal, where he raked up the issue, saying that the opposition must apologize for the remarks that were made by the Congress chief.
सर, मुझे लगता है नेता प्रतिपक्ष को शायद इतिहास बहुत ज्यादा याद नहीं है। उनको ये याद नहीं है कैसे कांग्रेस की वजह से जम्मू कश्मीर का क्या हालत हुई। उनको ये याद नहीं है कैसे आज भी भारत की करके रखी। उनको ये याद नहीं है उन्हीं के समय चाइना ने 38,000 किलोमीटर भारत की जमीन हड़प ली थी। ये भूल रहे हैं कैसे इन्होंने बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर का अपमान किया। ये भूल रहे हैं उन्होंने किस प्रकार से सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को रोका से रोको कश्मीर में कर सके। ये श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का बलिदान भूल रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है इन्होंने माफी मांगनी चाहिए और इनको कोई अधिकार नहीं है। जो आजादी के वक्त माफी मांगने वाले लोग और जो आजादी के लिए जो लड़े हैं उनको पूछ रहे हैं आप माफी मांगो। और दूसरी बात, वहां पर बात ऐसी आई कि देश को एकता रखने के लिए ये कांग्रेस पार्टी ये सब भारत तोड़ो यात्रा कर रही है, ऐसा क्रिटिसाइज उन्होंने किया। तब मैंने ये कहा भाई कांग्रेस पार्टी हमेशा देश को जोड़ने की बात करती है और इसके लिए सर एक मिनट सर इसके लिए इंदिरा गांधी जी ने अपनी जान दी, राजीव गांधी जी ने अपना जान दिया। आप कौन लोग इस देश के एकता के लिए अपनी जान दिए?
So as you just heard, this issue reverberated in the parliament today as well, with the BJP there demanding an unconditional apology from the Congress for hurling that insult, for using such derogatory remarks against the Prime Minister. So Kharge there, from using the words including the mouse, not just this, using the word Ravan for the Prime Minister. In fact, he even called the Prime Minister a sympathy seeker. The BJP demanding an apology. Let's listen into those reactions coming in from the BJP, from Prahlad Joshi as well as Shehzad Poonawalla.
पार्टी के अध्यक्ष और लीडर ऑफ द अपोजिशन इन राज्यसभा कल राजस्थान में अलवर में जो भाषा प्रयोग किया है, अभद्र भाषा, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ से और पार्लियामेंट्री पार्टी अफेयर्स के मंत्री के नाते, पूरा पार्लियामेंट के नाते मैं घोर निंदा करता हूं। आई स्ट्रांगली कंडेम दिस। ये जो क्लेम कर रहे हैं कि जो स्वतंत्र आंदोलन में भाग लिए थे कांग्रेस वाले, ये सब कांग्रेस का लेगेसी है, बेसिकली दैट इटसेल्फ इज रॉन्ग। क्योंकि ये जो कांग्रेस था, स्वयं महात्मा गांधी जी ने कहा था ये कांग्रेस विसर्जन करो। अभी जो चला रहा है ये कांग्रेस ओरिजिनल कांग्रेस नहीं है। सुभाष चंद्र बोस जी को, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल, बाल गंगाधर तिलक, बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर, ऐसे लोगों के साथ यही कांग्रेस जो ओरिजिनल कांग्रेस थे उनके साथ कैसे व्यवहार किया ये सब जानते हैं। तो इसीलिए ये जो क्लेम करते हैं ना, ये जो स्वतंत्र सेनानी जो थे, स्वतंत्र आंदोलन में जो भाग लिए थे, वो सब हमारा ही है। ये बेसिकली दिस इज द रॉन्ग कंसेप्ट and wrong thinking and wrong approach of the Congress party.
Congress party is back to doing what it does best. That is, in their hatred for one person, they keep attacking the constitutional institutions, including the armed forces. After saying army pit ke aage Arunachal Pradesh mein by Rahul Gandhi, now Mallikarjun Kharge ji has compared Prime Minister Modi to Chuha. He has said ki Pradhan Mantri Modi Chuhe ke jaise hain. This is the same Congress party which has called Prime Minister Ravan, Bhasmasur, औकात दिखा देंगे. They also said हत्या के लिए तत्पर रहना चाहिए प्रधानमंत्री की, and now they have once again attacked him. Time and again they have used bad words and insulting words for the Prime Minister. More than 80 such bad words have been used for the Prime Minister, his family, for people of Gujarat and for the people of India. But now, at a time when one should be condemning China and should be standing with the armed forces, should be standing with the country, the Congress party is once again attacking the constitutional institutions, it is attacking the armed forces, but it is unwilling to attack China. This is why INC does not mean Indian National Congress, it means I need Chinese MOU, I need Chinese money, and I need Chinese propaganda. Time and again doubting the bravery and the valor of our forces, undermining our forces, undermining our constitutional institutions, but attacking the Prime Minister, but not saying a word against China.
इसी तरह की भूमिका उन्होंने रखी है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि भाई बीजेपी के कई लोगों ने ये संघर्ष किया है, बीजेपी के कई लोग जेल में चले गए हैं। और आप लोग जानते हैं कि जब इंदिरा गांधी जी ने इमरजेंसी लगाई थी तब हजारों बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता जेल में चले गए थे। तो मुझे लगता है कि और आज़ादी के आंदोलन में भी अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी है, ऐसे कई नेता जो है इनका भी योगदान मतलब अपने आज़ादी के लिए रहा है। तो इसीलिए इनके घर में कोई कुत्ता भी नहीं मरा, इसी तरह की बात करना ठीक नहीं है। ये कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष को शोभा नहीं देता है। तो मुझे लगता है कि भाई इसी तरह की बातें करना हमें मंजूर नहीं है और खड़गे जी के बयान से हम सहमत नहीं है।
So BJP there sharpening its attack on the Grand Old Party, saying that how Mallikarjun Kharge is only a rubber stamp president of the Congress party. In fact, not just this, BJP also demanded an apology from the opposition for ridiculing its struggle in the freedom fight. In fact, remember, this is not the first time that Mallikarjun Kharge has insulted the Prime Minister. In fact, just last month, in the month of November, ahead of Gujarat polls, Kharge said that the Prime Minister is a sympathy seeker, even called the Prime Minister Ravan. And just yesterday, Kharge said that the Prime Minister is nothing but a mouse. Listen.
मैं गरीब हूँ, मेरे को किसने गालियाँ दिया, मेरी किसी ने कुछ कहा, मेरे को कुछ तेरी हैसियत क्या है कहा। अरे ऐसे बात कह के अगर आप सिंपैथी जमाने की कोशिश करें तो लोग अब होशियार हो गए, उतने बेवकूफ नहीं है। तुम्हारी सूरत कितनी बार देखना, कारपोरेशन में भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना, एमएलए इलेक्शन भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना, एमपी इलेक्शन में भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना, हर जगह कितने हैं भाई, क्या आपके रावण के जैसा 100 मुख है क्या है? चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं है। बाहर तो शेर के जैसा बात करते हैं, लेकिन उनका जो चलना है वो सिर्फ आप देखेंगे तो चूहे के जैसा है।
So as you just heard, and this is in fact resulted in an all-out war of words between the BJP and the Congress. BJP demanding nothing less than an apology, whereas Kharge remaining defiant, saying he will not apologize for the remarks that he's made against the Prime Minister. Moving on, a quick roundup of all the news making headlines. Vadra Congress has once again insulted Prime Minister Modi. Congress President Kharge, in the latest attack, has called Prime Minister a rat. Massive political storm breaks out after Congress insults Prime Minister Modi. Government demands apology from Congress for the Chuha jibe at the Prime Minister. And even as the Union Minister Piyush Goyal has demanded an apology, Kharge remains defiant, says will not apologize.
कल माननीय मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी जो नेता प्रतिपक्ष हैं, उन्होंने इतना अभद्र भाषण दिया है अलवर में, और इतनी बुरी तरीके से, इतनी बुरी। Hear your leader. You can't.
After backlash over Ajay Rai's Latke Jhatke jibe at Union Minister Smriti Irani, the UP Congress leader asked why should he apologize, as the remark is not unparliamentary or was said in a manner to insult anyone.
नहीं, मैंने एक हमारे आम चलन की भाषा है गिरीश जी कि भाई लटके झटके में लोग चलते हैं, बात करके चल देते हैं। झटके से उठे चल दिए, लटके मतलब एक इस तरह की बातें आती हैं। वो कोई असंसदीय भाषा या कोई मैंने ऐसा कोई किसी का अपमान करने के लिए नहीं बोला है। ये हमारे यहाँ एक बोलचाल की भाषा है इधर की, उस तरह से हम लोगों ने इस तरह की बात का इस्तेमाल किया। कोई अपमान करने की हमारी कोई मंशा किसी की नहीं है। नहीं, क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफ़ी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है। वो हमने जो बात बोली उसमें मैं कायम हूं।
As Congress infighting continues to rage on, Congress leader Kamal Nath's son Nakul Nath has now taken pot shots at Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jode Yatra, saying there is more crowd at his yatra than Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jode Yatra.
मैं तो राहुल गांधी जी के साथ पूरे मध्य प्रदेश में उनके साथ घूम रहा था, लेकिन मैं परासिया की जनता को बताना चाहता हूं कि परासिया विधानसभा में ओरिजिनल भारत जोड़ो से भी ज्यादा भीड़ है।
Now, Umesh Kohli, a pharmacist from Amravati in Maharashtra who was hacked to death in Amravati, in relation to the probe of his murder case, the charge sheet says that the accused were highly radicalized Islamists of Tablighi Jamaat. Union Minister Ramdas Athavale has responded to the Amravati hate-killing probe. Ramdas Athavale has now called for strict action against the accused. After Meghalaya infighting has intensified within Telangana Congress after 13 members quit their posts, the move comes after senior party leaders raised objections over migrants being given party positions. The party is now in a huddle. Infighting within BJP in Karnataka just ahead of elections, senior BJP leader K.S. Ishwarappa, who is also a former state unit president, has resorted to a silent protest against his party leaders for not being inducted into the cabinet even after coming out clean in a case of contractor suicide. Meanwhile, Delhi LG V.K. Saxena has directed Chief Secretary to recover 97 crore rupees from Aam Aadmi Party for political advertisements it published as government ads. LG's directions come in wake of SC's orders of 2015 and Delhi HC order of 2016. Alright, that's all we have for you in this edition of our broadcast. Do not go anywhere. Lots coming up on the other side of this very short break. Extortion accused Sukesh Chandrasekhar tells media that he gave 60 crores to the Aam Aadmi Party. And hospitals overburdened, crematoriums working round the clock as COVID situation deteriorates in China.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
सोच रहा हूँ कमेंट्री ट्राई करूँ। मैच का आखिरी बॉल, तेज तूफानी डिलीवरी, एक धमाकेदार शॉट और ये गया छक्का।
छक्का नहीं, टूटा। आपके टाइल्स को चाहिए MY के लेटिक्रीट टाइल एडेसिव। फॉर्मूला ऐसा कि अब टाइल न टूटेगा न छूटेगा।
India welcomes those who further India's pride across the globe. Indian diaspora, partners of New India's growth journey in Amrit Kaal. Come and be a part of the 17th Pravasi Bharati Divas from 8th to 10th January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. For registration, log on to pbdindia.gov.in.
Your favorite service provider, 10, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो।
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call 10 toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
Right now I am standing in one of the eviction sites at Santigram Bazaar, and you can see that they have evicted the illegal establishments which were built here. They have also evicted 72 houses were there. Within 8 hours, over 1,000 bighas of land have been made encroachment free by the administration of Nagaon district.
Protests are happening in Belgaum. NCP leaders tried to enter Belgavi in Karnataka, and those leaders have been detained.
मैं पटना के एम्स दिखा फ्लाईओवर पर हूँ। दारू की भट्टी है, 2 लोग हैं। कैसे दारू की भट्टी खुलेआम इस खेत में चल रही है और डब्बे जो है हटाए जा रहे हैं।
जो रिबिका की हत्या हुई है, 18 टुकड़े जो रिबिका के मिले हैं, उसके बाद ये तमाम लोग अपनी नाराजगी जाहिर कर रहे हैं।
जिस प्रकार से खरगे जी ने अभद्र भाषा का प्रयोग किया, जिस प्रकार से खरगे जी ने पूरी तरीके से बेबुनियाद बातें रखी, असत्य को देश के सामने रखने की कोशिश की, मैं उसकी घोर निंदा करता हूं और उनसे माफी की मांग करता हूं।
मोदी जी
Face off in the Rajya Sabha over Congress chief's insult to the Prime Minister.
लेकिन वो चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं है। बाहर तो शेर के जैसा बात करते हैं, लेकिन उनका जो चलना है वो सिर्फ आप देखेंगे तो चूहे के जैसा है।
Ravan झूठों का सरदार, and now this, but Kharge refuses to even apologize. The NI charge sheet in the Umesh Kohli murder is nailing the role of the radical Islamists of the Tablighi Jamaat. The NCW summons Congress's sexist neta who made the quote-unquote Latke Jhatke comment against Smriti Irani. Extortion accused Sukesh Chandrasekhar tells the media that he gave 60 crore to the Aam Aadmi Party. Hospitals are overburdened, crematoriums working round the clock as the COVID situation now worsens in China. A very good afternoon and thank you for staying with us here on Republic. I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. We begin this edition of the news with more trouble for the Congress party in Telangana. Do remember the state of Telangana is up for elections early next year. The Congress has been looking at a lot of its own MLAs, its own netas, leaving the party and heading either to the KCR party or even to the BJP. And this is also not good news coming in for the Congress party, where you have more people wanting to desert the Congress party. In fact, the Congress leader, Hanumant Rao, has called for introspection. This is coming after the crisis that we have reported in the Telangana unit, deepening with about 13 leaders who defected to the party from the TDP in the past, now announcing their resignation from party posts. Let's listen in to what he says.
That also we should think over. We will work for the weaker section. Then only that is the vote bank. Only upper caste is the 15% is there. Remaining vote, everything is there. SC, ST, OBC, minority, everything. Previous it was there in a Congress vote. Why they are going to the other side? We should think over for their purpose. Then only we can get back Congress in Telangana.
So that is what you hear from the Congress party itself. Aneri has been tracking that story and she has more insight into what we know. You know, Aneri, the point is that the BJP has hit back. The BJP is saying that you've seen this happening in Meghalaya, now it's happening in Telangana, and it seems like a regular feature. Not sure if the Congress party is even worried, but you know, Telangana is again a state that the Congress should be deeply worried about, because this is a state, Aneri, where after, the ruling KCR government, you had the Congress at the main opposition, but it's obviously lost that tag now. In the recent by-polls in Munugode, we saw what happened to the Congress itself. How deep is this trouble for the grand old party?
Well, Deepthi, definitely some worrisome situation which has been turning out here in the state of Telangana for the Congress party, because many Congress senior leaders who have been with the Congress party since the beginning, or rather say it as they have been the loyalist of the Congress party, but they really don't seem to be very much happy with the current leadership of the Congress party in the state of Telangana, that is the TPCC chief Revanth Reddy. Well, now, not to forget, when Revanth Reddy was appointed as the Telangana state president, many Congress leaders had expressed unhappiness over his taking charge of as the chief of the Telangana Congress. And now also, not to forget, in the recent times we have been seeing how various leaders, including Komatreddy Rajgopal Reddy, who was the sitting MLA from the Congress party, had resigned from Congress, joined into the BJP, Mari Shashidhar Reddy, and many such other leaders who resigned from the Congress party and joined other parties. Well, as you also pointed out, Congress is the main opposition here in the state of Telangana, but now doesn't look like, because Congress seemed to be losing the stand of the main opposition party, because we see that the BJP is turning out to be a stronger one. And now that this infighting which has come to light in the state of Telangana of the Congress leaders, many senior Congress leaders have come together. They have been saying that the committees which are being formed are the senior leaders are not taken into consideration into this matter. There are many outsiders who are being involved into these committees, who do not have the ideology or who do not follow the ideology of the Congress party, and so they really don't seem to be very much happy with all of these things turning out to be. And they also say that they are being ignored. The senior leaders of the Congress party, when we happen to speak to some of them, they say that they are being ignored. And so this revolt against Revanth Reddy and the infighting in the Congress party has now come to force. The rebel Congress, or rather say it as the Congress leaders who are not really very happy, they say that they are going to bring up this issue with the top leadership of the Congress party, that is Mallikarjun Kharge and also Sonia Gandhi, to discuss more about it.
Okay, so Aneri, what this in effect means is that the Congress party right now is split in two when it comes to Telangana. Obviously not the first time that you're reporting of such a fissure in the Congress party itself. But let's quickly make way to listen into a conversation that Aneri has had earlier with a rebel Congress leader. His name is Maheshwar Reddy, on what he believes is ailing the Congress party in the state.
Well, now we see that infighting in Congress party has been growing and also has come to light. Well, few Congress leaders have been coming up against, as a revolt against Revanth Reddy. Well, now we are here joined in by senior Congress leader Maheshwar. Sir, we see that you don't seem to be very much happy with the leadership of Revanth Reddy, and few other senior leaders of the Congress party have also joined, coming with you. What is the exact reason? Why do you see such thing happening? Because some of them have been pointing out that there are a lot of outsiders which have joined into the party.
No, it is not the issue of outsiders. We welcome any leader coming from outside. It is also the issue of, Congress basic philosophy. And the people who doesn't understand the basic philosophy of the Congress party, and if somebody is leading the Congress party in a different manner, which would damage the Congress party ideology, as well as it will weaken the Congress party as a whole in the state. So, in fact, we were advising the leader for the last many months and last one and a half year to take up the issues, go into the people, speak to the cadre, and coordinate with all the senior leaders. But unfortunately, he could not coordinate with the senior leaders, and there were many small differences which were taken to the notice of the High Command several times. Now the issue, the basic issue was like, even the recent, when the PCC delegates were appointed, there was a huge cry among every leader of every constituency, and even regard to the general secretary, appointment of general secretaries and vice presidents. So the general secretaries, generally there will be around 10, 15 general secretaries in the state. And now in a small state, they were made 84 general secretaries. And there were, what parameters were taken to appoint the general secretaries and vice presidents? But our question. So the question was like, if a general secretary has to be appointed, either he should have been served as a DCC president or ex-MLA or some category, or what services or what the contribution to the Congress party is also going to be a main criteria. And the people who have just joined, who are not even elected as a representative, or there are few ex-sarpanches. There are also few, the people who did not even lost as ward members, and those people are representing, now appointed as a general secretary, and the senior leaders who really contributed to the party, and the people who fought against the ruling party and elected as deputies, as mandal presidents, and those people were denied, and these people were appointed because only to show your strength in the appointments. I mean to say that the strength is required in the elections. When in the battle of elections you lose, and you lose the deposits, which I cannot hide. It is a general result which is seen everywhere.
So, sir, you are trying to say that senior leaders of the Congress party were not taken into consideration, or rather ignored, is what you are trying to say?
Yes. There was no proper consultation, there was no consensus. Even the CLP leader has openly come onto the dais to the media and to say that I was not been consulted or considered, or consensus was taken.
In the Telangana unit, they're really tearing the Congress party apart. Aneri has been tracking that story. I thank her for getting us all that perspective. As we'll keep tracking that story, we're given to understand that Digvijay Singh has been roped in to pacify these rebel netas now. And our next story is also about the Congress party, but this is about the Congress party that never learns a lesson. again and again and again, remember, the Congress party does speak up lowly, not just about the Prime Minister, but this time it's also about the Union Minister, Smriti Irani. Not the first time that she has, in fact, been at the receiving end of such expletives. Now, this is a senior Congress leader from Eastern Uttar Pradesh. His name is Ajay Rai. Just about yesterday, he, remember, made a comment, quote unquote, he said, Smriti Irani aati hai methi, Latke Jhatke dikhakar nikal jati hai. Now, Republic has confronted this Congress neta at least twice. We've asked him if he wanted to apologize. He said absolutely no. The NCW now has issued a summon to him. He has to appear before the commission. The commission says that such comments are derogatory, but this is the clarification earlier that came in from the Neta himself.
नहीं, मैंने एक हमारे आम चलन की भाषा है गिरीश जी कि भाई लटके झटके में लोग चलते हैं, बात करके चल देते हैं, झटके से उठे चल दिए, लटके मतलब एक इस तरह की बातें आती हैं। वो कोई असंसदीय भाषा या कोई मैंने ऐसा कोई किसी का अपमान करने के लिए नहीं बोला है। ये हमारे यहाँ बोलचाल की भाषा है इधर की, उस तरह से हम लोगों ने इस तरह की बात का इस्तेमाल किया। कोई अपमान करने की हमारी कोई मंशा किसी की नहीं है।
माफी मांगे और इस तरह के कुछ
नहीं, क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है। वो हमने जो बात बोली उसमें मैं कायम हूँ।
तो जो इस तरह का समर्थन क्या कहने की जरूरत पड़ गई जो आप?
नहीं, मैंने एक हमारे आम चलन की भाषा है गिरीश जी कि भाई लटके झटके में लोग चलते हैं, बात करके चल देते हैं, झटके से उठे चल दिए, लटके मतलब एक इस तरह की बातें आती हैं। वो कोई असंसदीय भाषा या कोई मैंने ऐसा कोई किसी का अपमान करने के लिए नहीं बोला है। ये हमारे यहाँ बोलचाल की भाषा है इधर की, उस तरह से हम लोगों ने इस तरह की बात का इस्तेमाल किया। कोई अपमान करने की हमारी कोई मंशा किसी की नहीं है।
माफी मांगे और इस तरह के कुछ
नहीं, क्यों? हमने जब उस तरह की बात कोई बोली ही नहीं तो माफी किस बात की होती है? मैंने तो इस तरह की बात बोली जो जो एक बोलचाल की भाषा है उससे मैंने बोला है। वो हमने जो बात बोली उसमें मैं कायम हूँ।
तो जो इस तरह का समर्थन
We head into a break right now. When we come back, it's a huge face-off in the Rajya Sabha or the Congress's chief's insult to the Prime Minister.
$5 lakhs.
लोन चाहिए तो पैसाबाजार.com पर जाइए। लोन सही मिलेगा यहीं।
क्या हुआ रोहन, क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो, एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए।
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया, अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
बस बॉल।
खट्टे मीठे घूंट कटक के ले दूध को ठूस, just let loose। लिमोनाटा, just let loose।
एक दिन मैं सोते सोते गिर गया और मुझे कुछ नहीं हुआ। पता है किसने किया? घोस्ट ने। वो हर बार मुझे बचा लेता है। मिलोगे?
अरे कोई घोस्ट नहीं, रोनी के पापा ही हैं जो उसे सेफ रखते हैं। जैसे हैवेल्स लाइफ शील्ड वायर्स जो दिखते नहीं पर घर को सेफ रखते हैं, ना आग पकड़े ना जहरीली गैस छोड़े। वायर्स दैट डोंट कैच फायर।
हिंदुस्तान आजादी के मनाएगा, आज की युवा पीढ़ी वो परचम स्वतंत्र भारत में लहराएगा। अमृत काल की ये अमृत जनरेशन किस बुलंद नींव पर 100 वर्ष आजादी के मनाएगा, आज उसी बुलंद नींव के कुछ उदाहरण आपके सम्मुख प्रस्तुत करना चाहती हूं। भारत विश्व में 3rd लार्जेस्ट इकोसिस्टम रखता है स्टार्टअप का। 650 से ज्यादा जिलों में 80,000 से ज्यादा स्टार्टअप्स, 100 से ज्यादा यूनिकॉर्न्स, जिनकी टोटल वैल्यू $330 बिलियन से भी ज्यादा है।
We are into a break right now. When we come back, the NCW now has summoned the Congress Neta who made the Latke Jhatke comment against the Union Minister Smriti Irani. Also extortion accused Sukesh Chandrasekhar tells the media that he gave 60 crore to the Aam Aadmi Party. The full story when we come back.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
बैंगन भरते का सारा सामान ऑर्डर कर दिया, बैंगन ही ऑर्डर करना भूल गया।
बैंगन भी ऑर्डर कर दूं?
सिर्फ एक बैंगन देने कौन आएगा?
जियो मार्ट सिर्फ एक आइटम भी फ्री डिलीवर करता।
छोटा या बहुत छोटा, जियो मार्ट करता है हर ऑर्डर फ्री होम डिलीवर। जियो मार्ट, हर घर का मार्ट।
India welcomes those who further India's pride across the globe. Indian diaspora, partners of New India's growth journey in Amrit Kaal. Come and be a part of the 17th Pravasi Bharati Divas from 8th to 10th January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. For registration, log on to pbdindia.gov.in.
Whenever I had ice cream or cold water, I would experience a sharp shooting sensation, so I just kept ignoring it. Even my hot chai was giving me the same amount of discomfort. My dentist recommended Sensodyne, so now I can be completely carefree and sip my hot cup of tea. It really works.
Your favorite service provider, 10, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो।
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call 10 toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
And breaking news, this is coming in from Karnataka's Gadag district, where a teacher allegedly thrashes a 10-year-old schoolboy to death. Now, the accused allegedly beat this boy, flunks him from the first floor of the school building, where his mother, who's also a guest teacher at the same school, even tried to intervene. And this boy now, remember, has lost his life.